Daniel Farke concentrating in the job in hand. We've been speaking about managerial changes in the build-up to this one with myself and Chris Owellamo. Chris, Daniel Farke, I think, was a magnificent appointment by Leeds. He held his counsel, he kept quiet when the players were leaving and there was uproar about who was leaving, who was staying. He said, trust the club, we're going to bring in the right players. They've recruited really well, and after a sticky start results-wise, they're flying now, aren't they? 6 wins and a draw in their last 7.
Yeah, it's really impressive, isn't it? What I think 9 wins out the last 11, Mark. You know, I think it is. They're ticking along nicely, you know, but I think they're at the minute they're getting punished for the poor start. You know, Ipswich and Leicester have got that little cushion, and all Leeds can do now is continue to win games, keep that pressure on the top 2, and then it's the mental side of the game. You know, I think Ipswich and Leicester have shown that they can go and do what they do, but we're having that pressure. Will the players buckle, knowing that Leeds are on their coattails? So I think that's what Daniel Farke's saying. Every game's like a cup final, you know, and it should be like that anyway. You know, but I think he's managed the squad. You never really see him elated. You never really see him down in the dumps, no matter what's going on. Very, very kind of just composed in all scenarios. But the way that he handled a little bit of interest in a few of his players. Wait a minute, you're at Leeds United.
A lot of that uproar pre-season was about the fact that Willie Gnonto wanted to leave. Now, Willie Gnonto has been a bystander, hasn't he? As we look down, we just heard from Lee there. Dan James, 6 goals in 9 games. So Somerville, 6 goals in 9 games. Joel Peru, 3 goals in 5. Jorginho Rutter, 2 in 6. They're all scoring, they're all assisting, they're all contributing. This is a thing of beauty, isn't it? This Leeds United attack at the minute.
Yeah, for me, it's the strongest attacking 4 in the league. But like you say, you have to make sure you keep them fit. I'm a big fan of Gnonto, you know, and even when he comes on defensively, you got asked a few questions, but he's working his socks off for the team, and he's just got to wait for that chance. And even then, I think these 4 players, you're looking at Dan James, the form that he's in, oh my goodness, and that's right across that attacking line. But this is part and parcel of management. There's going to be players' heads are going to be turned. You've got to get them focused again. Make sure everyone's buying into the same kind of journey, the path. We want the same goal, and he's done exactly that. They do have quality and depth. They've got a manager that's been there, done it, and got out of this division comfortably on a couple of occasions with Norwich. I mean, blew the championship away, and there's not many teams that do that, no matter the quality they have.
Great atmosphere here at the Stadium of Light. The lower bowl, we're right at the back of the main stand here. The lower bowl is filling up. The Leeds United fans are high away to our left. We can just make out the opening couple of rows away to our left. There were 7,000 of them at Blackburn. They've travelled up the A1 and the A19 to get here tonight, and they're in good number again. Will they keep that great run of form going? We will find out this evening. Let me give you the team news again as we await the 2 teams here to come out onto the field. You'll hear the roar down below us. That's the roar that they've seen the players in the tunnel as Sunderland and Leeds United make their way out here at the Stadium of Light. 2 huge clubs in the Championships with aspirations to get back to the promised land of the Premier League. Sunderland make 3 changes from the weekend as Roberts, Hashish and Ekwell drop to the bench. Sealt, Pritchard and Barr come in. Patterson in goal. Huggins, Sealt, Ballard and Hume at the back. 9 holding with Barr, Pritchard, Neal and Clark across the middle. Joe Bellingham starts up top. Leeds unbeaten in 7. 1 change from the win at Blackburn. Jed Spence makes his first start of his loan spell from Spurs. He takes the place of the injured Sam Byron. Meslier in goal, then Gray, Roden, Stroik and Spence at the back. Ampadu and Kamara holding with James, Peru and Somerville behind Rutter, who starts up top. 2 teams out onto the playing surface here that looks immaculate. It's a chilly old night up here in the northeast of England. A little bit of rain in the air, but the pitch looks immaculate, and we're set for a cracker. Chris, who are you going for and why?
It's going to be a very difficult night, I think, for Sunderland. The first goal was the all-important one. Leeds do throw players forward when they're on top. Sunderland have to capitalise on that. But you're looking at the quality of this Leeds side, the players, the form that they're in. There's going to be goals tonight. So Sunderland just have to make sure they defend well. I'm going for a Leeds win, just in the form they've went to difficult places. You know, Blackburn in the last game, comfortable 2-0 victory. You know, a game that they dominated, control possession, create lots of chances. So it's just down to how composed and how switched on can Sunderland be tonight defensively.
Well, we are the later kick-off in the Championship tonight. I can tell you already there's been a goal at Huddersfield 0, Preston 1. It's the latest score there at the John Smith Stadium. It's goalless everywhere else. It was Alan Brown who got the goal inside 3 minutes for Preston. Just having a look down, we didn't get a team sheet, did we, in the press box tonight? On the bench for Sunderland, Roberts, Burstow, Mayenda, Russin, Ashish, Triantis, Bishop, Eckworth and Bradley Dack. And for Leeds on the bench, it's Ayling, Cooper, Bamford, Anthony, Darlow, Nonto, Gelhart, who was here on loan with Sunderland last year, Gruev and Joseph, the man in the middle, Dean Whitestone tonight. Leeds in their change strip, the dark green colours away to our right-hand side. Their keeper, Ilan Mele, is in a light green kit, and away to our left, the goalkeeper for Sunderland, Anthony Patterson, in yellow. The red and white stripes, all the pre-match formalities done. What an atmosphere here at the Stadium of Light. The EFL action continues on Talksport 2. Straight from here, we're going to the West Indies. Live international cricket. First T20 international as West Indies take on England tonight. John Norman and Gareth Batty, part of our team. We'll hear from them later on tonight as well. And tomorrow night we've got Champions League action and Championship action. Leicester against Millwall in the Championship at 7:45. And an early start, Red Star Belgrade against Manchester City is live right here on Talksport 2. So we wait the first whistle of the night then. And Sunderland, going from left to right, will kick us off. And they have the ball inside their own half, and they're working it out wide to Jack Clark, who cuts in off that touchline. He looks to drill the ball across to this near side. It's a lovely ball out onto this near side as well. And Sunderland just popping off the passes now will go back inside their own half. And Leeds yet to have a kick opening stages here. And Sunderland bring it back towards the halfway. Confident start for them. Seal just gives the ball and it's nicked back. And here come Leeds then. So a chance here for Somerville. Somerville cuts in 30 yards out. He's beaten to it. Sunderland have got it back. They're looking to break now with Barr. Gets the ball up towards halfway. And Leeds get it back. Hectic start here. Less than a minute gone. It's 0-0.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think Sunderland there had opportunities. You know, Somerville driving forward. He's so direct when he gets possession of the ball. But then when you Niall Huggins there, when he gets the ball, it's can you pass it forward as quickly as you can, and then up and support, and just a little bit kind of dilly-dallying on it, allowing Leeds to get back, because as soon as any Leeds player lose the ball, it's that first 3-4 seconds they hunt it, they go and get it back as quickly as they possibly can. So Sunderland just have to use the ball a little bit better in that transition. Long
ball forward by Sunderland, should be too deep. Melier was coming, then he hesitated, and then he gets out in front of Abdullah Bar. First thing I've noticed, Sunderland look like they're going 5 at the back, don't they? Yeah, looks like a back 5.
Yeah, well, and I understand that. You know, be solid, but when Leeds are on top and pushing you back, it's in that transition when you then get the ball, you get possession of the ball. What can you do with it? Get forward with quality, put it into the little holes that leave with the likes of Jed Spence bombing forward and Archie Gray bombing forward. They do kind of leave it a little bit open in behind.
They do, and Archie Gray, the 17-year-old, has it over on the far side. He'll come back to Joe Rodon. He'll go back to Melier, who's midway inside his own half, gets it away to Stroke, and he gets it to Jed Spence. First start for Leeds for him, and he's up and over halfway looking for the give and go with Somerville, who skips past one, and Somerville now driving to the edge of the box. Now he's brought down right on the corner of the penalty area. It was a little bit unfortunate from Sunderland, because I think Somerville had knocked that ball dead, but he was brought down, and this is a free kick right on the corner of the box, left hand side of the penalty area.
Well, again, Somerville causes all sorts of problems, doesn't he? You know, as soon as he knows that Huggins is committed to the challenge, he just nicks it away from him and wins that free kick. And understand what you're saying, he's not going to go on the end of it, but he knows that challenge is coming, and this is a very dangerous area for Leeds with the quality that he has.
It is very dangerous indeed. Free kick, probably about a yard or so past the edge of the penalty area, so about 16 yards away from the byline. Anthony Patterson waits just a yard off his line. Sunderland trying to hold a line about 8-9 yards out from their goal. Leeds trying to push them back in. Here's the delivery, right-footed towards the goal, and it's clawed away by Patterson. That was going in the top corner. It's a fine save from the Sunderland keeper.
Well, what a fantastic strike from Somerville. You know exactly what he's doing. He puts it right on top of the goalkeeper. A lot of bodies, defensive, attacking, running across the face of Patterson there. It's going right in the top right-hand corner there, Mark, isn't it? And he swings a right-hand Patterson and just knocks it wide of that far post. It's an excellent save.
Here comes the corner from the far side. It's fizzed in towards the 6-yard box. It'll bounce here. Kamara, I think the ball went out on the corner, didn't it? It was fizzed in so quickly, wasn't it? It always borderline whether that went out of play before it came back in. It did. It's a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say Kamara's very lucky that it did go out, because I was going to absolutely hammer him there. He's got to be coming on to that mark, isn't he? On the 18-yard line, taking it on the half volley or taking it on the full there. He was caught in his heels, and the ref kind of saved him by giving Sunderland the goal kick. But like you say, it's right on the money. Defended well in that case, but Sunderland just have to be aware at the edge of the area in that second phase, Mark.
Yeah, long ball forward. Strouk's header goes back towards his own goal. Rodon will head it away. It's 0-0 if you've joined us here on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with a former Scotland striker, Chris Owellamo. 4 on the clock. Leeds with that early chance from the free kick. Well saved by Patterson. Ruther looked like he shoved Seal in the back there, but it's play on and the ball will go harmlessly through to the Leeds keeper, Ilan Meslier.
Well, you're spot on. I think you're looking at Ruther. I think just puts a little bit back on the back of Silt there when he's in the air. The referee has to call that. It is a blatant free kick. He can't do anything. Silt there just kind of takes him away from the flight of the ball, and Rutter's touch got away from him there, but the referee's got to clamp down on that early doors, or the Sunderland players have to kind of bring that to the referee's attention, keep an eye on that. Just a simple word.
Couple of FA Cup replays tonight. Can't tell you, Walsall have taken the lead over Alfreton Town. Jamil Matt with a goal on 6 minutes there. Port Vale through Ben Garrity leads Stevenage by a goal to 0, and Newport 2-0 up at Barnet. Goals from Lewis Payne and Omar Bogle, and Watford in front against Ipswich. That's a good result as it stands for Leeds. Yasser Asprilla with a goal for Watford. Watford 1, Ipswich 0. John Marquis has put Bristol Rovers a goal up at Crewe. And elsewhere in the Champions League earlier on, Arsenal ended 1-1 with PSV. Top the group, safely through. And Lens beat Sevilla by 2-1. You're live on Talksport 2. We're at the Stadium of Light tonight. It's 0-0 here, 5.5 gone. Rodon just popping pass back to Meslier as Leeds are trying to draw Sunderland out. But Sunderland have been quite disciplined here. Barr and Pritchard are just saying, well, come on, you pass it through us. We're not going to come to you. And they do pass it through. They're looking for Ruther down this near side. A back pass not the best one. O'Nien was in to intercept it. There's Dan Neil tidying it up. And he over on the far side gets the ball away to Huggins, who knocks it into the feet of Jack Clark, who plays a nice ball forward, but they just couldn't take it in, Neil. Then the ball hits the referee, so that'll be a stoppage in play. Well,
I've got to say, I think Sunderland were very lucky there. O'Nien, for one, he's seen the danger, didn't he? He's in that holding midfield position tonight, but he just drops into where the kind of centre back should be. Little one first touch to Dan Neil, and then first touch right out to Huggins as well or Trey Hume it was on the left hand side, and that's what you want. But then it's in possession, sloppily giving it away in the middle of the pitch, and you can't give it away against this Leeds side because...
Well, here's Spence. He's gone past one. He's gone past Hume on this near side. Feeds it into Ruther. Ruther trying to get to the byline. Can he produce a cross? He does. And Patterson was down low with Peru waiting to knock it in. Patterson gathers the ball on his own line. Good goalkeeping.
Well, I've got to say, fantastic play from Ruther down this left-hand side as well. As soon as he's fired that across, Peru was in the right position. Any little touch, because I think Patterson is already committed to it. He's took the ball on the floor there, Mark. If Peru can just get his foot, can just lift it over him at the near post there, just a touch outside the right foot, or just the toes of the right foot, and just lifts it over Patterson there.
A little bit of a loose pass at the back as they tried to play out Sunderland, and Leeds have now got it back after a hurried clearance in the centre circle. Kamara just turns it round the corner, exchanges passes with Somerville, then gets a little bit fortunate as the ball bounces off Neil, and then Neil quickly in, takes it away from Peru, and it'll go to Strouk, goes in his own half, and he'll play it out to this near side. 0-0 if you just joined us here on Talksport 2, 7.5 gone, and all of a sudden it's Strouk who's facing his own goal, gets it away to Meslier. He has a touch, and Leeds, as they do, play their way out from inside their own 18-yard box.
Well, I've got to say, Trey Hume there onto the mistake, or the slow touch it was from Strouk, forced the kind of error, but like you say, Leeds, they're composed. Rodon seeing the danger, comes across, and they just keep possession. They're trying to invite Sunderland out, and then quickly they try and pass through in those little pockets, and it's difficult to defend against. But I think Sunderland at the minute sitting off them, allowing Struijk and Roden to have the ball, but as soon as they advance over a certain area, Mark, that's when Sunderland go boom, and in the numbers as well.
Yeah. Ball played out by Roden. Over on that far side is Archie Gray, who plays a ball for Dan James, who's quick but not quite quick enough to get on the end of that one, and the back pass to Patterson is knocked high, and over on the far side it's headed forward by Leeds. Sunderland should pick this up just inside their own half, and they do pick it up inside their own half, and Dan Neil threads the play out nicely on this right hand side. Trey Hume comes forward, he's got Abdullah Barr outside him, and Barr now level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. There are two red and white shirts in the middle. One of those is Pritchard, the other was Clark. And Bellingham, who I must admit thought he would play up top, is operating a little bit deeper, gets it out to Clark on that left hand side. The former Leeds youngster made the big move to Tottenham, and then his career rather struggled until he found a new home here at the Stadium of Light, where he's working his magic again. 10 in 20 for him this season so far. And the ball on halfway with Bellingham. Gets it away to Neil, who scored a beautiful goal, didn't he, at the weekend here against West Bromwich Albion. Fine finish to wrap up the 3 points. Here now is O'Neill, slides it into Barr. He's got to be strong against Struijk, and Struijk just beat him to it, but Barr's nicked it back. Really good aggressive play from the young forward, but Leeds do work it back.
He needs help there, Mark. Barr, okay, he's allowed the interception from his touch, but he reacts, he gets the ball back. Leeds have 3 players around him, so Sunderland have to go and support. Can they pick up that free, that second ball?
Watford's lead didn't last long against Ipswich. George Hurst has levelled it up. Watford 1, Ipswich 1. Don't forget Around the Grounds with Adrian Durham over on Talksport right now, tonight. If you've got the Talksport app, you can swipe left and right between the two. Catch up with any podcasts and all the live sport. So much live sport, including on Friday night. We're live at the Alexandra Palace. The World Championship darts with the PDC is back, and the only place you'll hear it is live on Talksport 2, with you throughout the tournament all the way through to the 3rd of January. Here's Kamara, feeds it wide to Jed Spence. Spence looks for the give and go. It wasn't the best pass to Kamara, but Kamara was brave, although the referee's going to deem he fouled the Sunderland player, and it is going to be a free kick to Sunderland. We've had just over 10 minutes. It is Sunderland 0, Leeds 0. The thoughts of the former Scotland striker, Chris O'Wellerman.
Yeah, I think it's been an entertaining game. Leeds seen a lot of the ball without really having that final cut and pass or decision. I think the Summerall chance, the Patterson save, excellent bit of quality. But I think Sunderland at the minute, if I'm going to be overly critical, it's just, when they're in good possession of the ball, it's unforced errors. They're giving the ball away. It's like a sloppy pass, or that pass could be released a little bit earlier. And again, I understand that they want to try and suck Leeds out as well to leave that space in behind, but they just have to be better in possession.
They do indeed. Ball back with Sunderland inside their own half. They're rolling it around. Here's Patterson on his own penalty spot. No goals yet in the Champions League 8 o'clock kickoffs. Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0. Manchester United 0, Bayern 0. And the ball with Sunderland, who are just leading a bit of a charmed life in their own half here, trying to pass their way out of trouble. They eventually get it over on the far side, and there's a chance now to turn. And Huggins has gone past one, but then gives it away. Kamara nicks it back. Then Sunderland win it back. There's plenty of bite in this midfield tonight. All the challenges are keenly contested as Spence has it wide on the left, on halfway. Dribbles it down the sideline for Somerville. Somerville, his close control is good, and he works his way back. He'll give it to Spence, who he tried to nutmeg Trey Hume there, but Hume got just enough of it, and it's out for a throw into Sunderland.
Well, I think it's excellent defending, isn't it? I think they know when to go. You're looking at Trey Hume and Niall Huggins as well. They've got to read the game. As soon as there's a player out of possession, or here we go.
Oh, now the chance almost given away by Leeds. Rutter was in on goal for Leeds, but he couldn't quite contest the ball, and now forward Patterson gets it bowled out quickly. Here's Clark on the left. All of a sudden Sunderland are on the attack. Clark trying to weave his way. He's gone past 2 into the area, goes past 3. Can he get to the byline? Can he get across? No, he can't. Eventually closed down. That was great skill from Jack Clark. Corner for Sunderland.
Yeah, I thought it was an excellent break there, wasn't it? Great energy. Huggins releases Clark, and he's up against 2. Little tic-tac through the 2 of them, finds himself in the 18-yard box. He then cuts it onto his left, and I think that's when he's got to release it. Mark, he's got 3 players in around the central 6-yard area, penalty spot area. That's when he's just got to pick someone out with the quality that he's got.
Well, there's 4 red and white shirts waiting on the edge of the area. Jensen Seelt is in there. Trey Hume, Dan Ballard, who scored at the weekend, is in there as well. Abdullah Bar's at the near post. Leeds, 4 of them across the 6-yard box. As the ball now is swung in towards the 6-yard box, it's headed up in the air, not cleared yet. It's Jed Spence with a header there, an unconvincing one, but Leeds eventually hammer it up towards the halfway line, and it is still 0-0. Again, not the best pass. Daniel will have to retreat back into his own half, and eventually will go all the way back to Patterson, and Sunderland have it down their own end of the field, still 0-0.
Well, that's a big opportunity for me there. You know, Jensen Seal, the ball comes over, he keeps it alive, it heads up in the air, and then where do you think the ball is? You know, you just headed it up in the air, at least look up. It's coming right down again, and that's when he can just keep it alive, try and just kind of put the ball back into the danger area or to a red and white shot there. It was a big opportunity.
Here's Ballard, gets it away to Jensen Seal, gives it away to Bellingham. Bellingham gets it to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien, very much the old man at 29 years old in this team. Pritchard's pass was risky, and Ampadu's nicked it, and here now is Kamara. Feeds it to Rutter, well done there. Jensen Seal was in quickly, edge of his own area to make a much-needed challenge. And a ball over on the far side. And Sunderland with a little back flick will get it up towards halfway. Jack Clark allows it to run across his body, and he now cuts in field. Looks to spread it wide. Seal has got Trey Hume in front of him. Hume, though, couldn't get on the end of it. Spence saw the pass coming, anticipated it, gets it in field now. He's looking for the return pass. Here he is, Jed Spence. Lets it go to Somerville. Somerville's shot's blocked. It'll fall to Kamara 25 yards out. He's got Ampadu with him. Won't go to Ampadu. He'll go to Pascal Strauch instead. Ball out on this near side. Crunching tackle comes in there. I think it's Huggins who's come across to this near side, and he's left Dan James on his backside midway inside the Sunderland half.
I've got to say, I thought it was excellent play from Sunderland. You know, Clark gets it on the left hand side, he's driving central, he gives it out to Seal who's advancing, and then it's just a poor pass to Trey Hume that just Jed Spence intercepts, and then you're on the back foot, and it's just that little bit of quality needs to be improved by Sunderland. But then again, they come very, very quickly into position and make it very difficult for Leeds.
Jed Spence is looking very dangerous already down the left for Leeds. First start for him tonight after an injury hit start.
Yeah, but look where he is. He's basically in the attacking line now.
Well, here now they have it with Dan James, edge of the area. He'll put the cross in. It's headed away. It'll fall to Jed Spence. He's 25 yards out. Is he going to unleash his shot? He is. It takes a deflection and it's gone behind. I think it came off return. Leeds are protesting it was a corner. Now what's the referee given here? He's just getting the Leeds players out of the way, and he has said it's a goal kick. So little bit of a lucky break there for Sunderland, but it was worth the shot from the edge of the area.
Well, there you said, I'm sitting criticising Jed Spence for picking up those attacking areas. It fell straight to him. He done everything right, just opened up the goal, taking the touch onto his right foot. I thought it came off Jensen Seal, but Rutter's round about the same kind of distance, so the referee's called that one.
Here's Dan James, finds Jack Clark. Clark now deep inside the Leeds half, works his way to the edge of the area. They're backing off him. He's going to drive the ball across. It comes off road and hits Pritchard. And now Huggins will pick it up, former Leeds youngster. I think he made one substitute appearance for Leeds in the league. And he's earned a throw-in for his new side. Sunderland over on that far side. And the ball back in play with Clark. 0-0 here at the Stadium of Light. Elsewhere in the Championship, Preston lead at Huddersfield by a goal to 0. And it's Watford 1, Ipswich 1. Goalless everywhere else. As Patterson gets the ball back, and Will Peru will close him down as the ball sliced out of play by Patterson for a throw into Leeds.
It's what you want, you know, when Sunderland are in possession on that left hand side. You know, when Jack Clark gets the ball, it's end product. You know, he's direct, he gets at his players, but there he has that little flick, just tries to kind of put it in between the two centre backs, in between the last defender and goalkeeper, and there's willing runners to get in there, and the likes of Pritchard and Bellingham trying to break their neck just to get in, to be on the end of something like that. But with Jack Clark, there's always a threat.
There is. Strauch is closed down by Bellingham. He'll go back to Melly, who's playing almost like a sweeper keeper. He's about 10 yards outside his own penalty area. Now he'll look for the long diagonal to Dan James, and it's right on James' head, who heads it in field. Peru is just a little bit on heels there, so Sunderland can pass it away. Huggins has it. He gets it back to Luke O'Nien. O'Nien now will bring it towards Hume, but again Somerville is quick and realises that floated pass was there to be won, and he wins it back in the centre circle. Strauch coming forward now over the halfway line. He's going forward. He'll try and work the ball out to Dan James. James now looking to feed the ball into Somerville. Just behind him. Touch not the best. It'll fall for Pirot. Great challenge, edge of the area. Needed to be as well. They threw everything at that. I think it was Bellingham who got in front of the ball And it's a great block challenge by Sunderland. Ball back on the halfway line with Leeds.
Yeah, well, like you say, Bellingham there had to throw himself. It's an excellent block, but fantastic play. Dan James, the little kind of reverse pass to Somerville, who again has that quality awareness, great little touch, and then the set to Perot there. You know, it's fantastic build-up play from Leeds.
And here's Barlow, picks up a loose ball midway inside the Leeds half, and Spence just happy to knock that ball out for a throw into Sunderland, who've not had too many opportunities down this end of the field. It's still 0-0 here, approaching the 20-minute mark at the Stadium of Light, live on Talksport 2. More Championship action tomorrow. Leicester Millwall live on Talksport 2 with Jim Proudfoot, the former Inverman Dean Ashton. Part of a double header as Red Star Belgrade Manchester City's live from the Champions League at 5:45 tomorrow night in Danton with the former Manchester City boss Stuart Pearce, our commentary team for that one. The fog or the mist is just closing in here at the Stadium of Light. The Sunderland coming forward from left to right, have it over on the far side. Ballard to Clark, back to Luke O'Nien it is who's got it. Back to Clark. Gray's all over him, as is Dan James trying to hustle and harry. Peru doing the same now, but Clark's skill is good. And he gets it away, gets a nice warm round of applause, Jack Clark.
He's just a very, very comfortable player. Technically gifted, isn't he? But look where he's getting the ball and look where he's doing his little step overs. It's basically right on the halfway line. Get yourself wide, try and cheat a little bit, and then when you get the ball, we want you getting the ball, doing that trickery, and then get yourself into the 18-yard box.
Gray gets a nice ball away, breaks for Kamara. Strong challenge goes in there from Hume, and the referee, I think, is this time going to say it's a free kick. He didn't quite get that one right, and it's a free kick that Leeds take quickly. Somerville has got Jed Spence on the overlap, but instead he'll try and slide it through for Rutter, whose shot is blocked. Well blocked again by Sunderland, getting bodies in front of the ball at the moment. The Black Cats 0-0, 20 on the clock here on Talksport 2. Somerville left-hand side finds Spence. Spence looks for the give and go. Good body strength from Rutter,
it's a free kick,
who goes down. It looked like he rolled his man there and he went down, and now going the other way is Pritchard for Sunderland. Plenty of Leeds players back, only 3 forward. One of those is Clark. Clark now, he skipped past his man too easy, drives it into the area, rode on with a good clearance at the near post, needed to be as well. And Perot just happy to play the ball into space to get it away from the Leeds goal. There might only been 3 red and white shirts going forward there, but when Jack Clark's one of them, there's always a threat. And he's back on the ball now for Sunderland. Still 0-0 here. Millet's not seen a lot of it down his end, but he'll be very wary of that threat posed by Jack Clark.
Yeah, he's definitely got the better of Archie Gray at the minute. I just feel that Jack Clark there should have took another touch. Can he take it across the path of Archie Gray, and then he's untouchable and he's actually got time to either get a shot away himself or then pick someone out. There wasn't really anyone kind of breaking that 18-yard line, so when he's fired it across, it was like a nothing pass, even if it wasn't Roden that cut it out.
Well, here now is a chance into the edge of the area here for Sunderland. Can they get the shot away? They'll try and pull it back for Bellingham. It'll fall for Pritchard. He's going to shoot, and it's just past the far post. Meslier was at full stretch. The shot left of goal, curled it towards the far post. Meslier was more than interested in that one, but it goes behind for a goal kick.
It's a fantastic effort from Pritchard, isn't it? You know, he's got his back to goal, but 20 yards from goal there, he just brings it onto his right foot, and he's just trying to feel it round all the players in front of him. Meslier, I would say his vision was obstructed a little bit there, scrambling. If it was on target, I'm thinking, does he get a hand on that or not? I'm thinking that sticks into that bottom right-hand corner there, Mark.
Potentially. Meslier back on the ball now, on a penalty spot, brings it to the edge of there. It's been a goal at Ewood Park. Arne Sigurdsson has put Blackburn in front against Bristol City, 1-0 there. There's a ball played forward, looking for Rutter, who's manhandled, couldn't bring it down, and Rutter's gone down actually, holding his ankle, looks in a lot of pain. Hopefully he's okay. Sunderland coming forward. Here's Jack Clark. Clark over halfway, dummied to spread the ball out wide on the right, then takes it into contact, comes out with the ball again, feeds it to Barr, leaves it for Pritchard. Pritchard does a couple of keepy uppers as he works his way to the far side, lays it back in here. Cross comes, shot comes in from Neil. It'll bounce edge of the area and Leeds through Kamara should get their way out of trouble, and they do, courtesy of a foul from Joe Bellingham. Halfway through the first half, it's still 0-0 here. There was a bit of FA Cup glory for Ryan Qualter. He put Scarborough Athletic in front against Forest Green Rovers, but they've equalised 34 minutes in. Therese Omotoyi with a goal. Scarborough Athletic 1, Forest Green Rovers 1. FA Cup continuing tonight. Plenty of FA Cup third round ties to come across the Talksport network as well. But it's 0-0 here in the Championship. These two have got interesting ties as well. Leeds got a Peterborough that is a potential banana skin for them, and Sunderland welcoming Newcastle in the FA Cup third round. What an occasion that will be. There will not be a ticket to be had in this place, I can assure you of that. It is 0-0 though here at the moment. Leeds have it inside their own half, and both sides have had bits of encouragement. Chris, who do you think will be the happier at the moment?
Well, I've got to say, I think Mike Dodds will be delighted. I think defensively they're putting their body on the line. I think in that transition they need to be a little bit better, but definitely a threat down the left-hand side with Clark and Huggins just coming in behind. Pritchard, seen a lot of it, but I want him to be playing on the shoulder, that third man run, late run into the box, but he has to be getting the service if he does make that run. And obviously Bellingham just sitting in front or sitting behind the attack to be an outlet and always link up.
Well, Rutter is up and moving around again as Spence wins a throw-in for Leeds down the left-hand side. It wasn't the best throw back to Stroud, put him under pressure, and in the end Rodon is probably going to have to go back to his goalkeeper here. He sees the onrushing Jack Clark, who slips over, and thankfully he's okay. As Kamara was caught late again by Bellingham, that's twice in quick succession. As the Preston North End have doubled their lead. Will Keane with the second goal for North End at Huddersfield. Huddersfield 0, Preston 2. Here it remains 0-0. Barnet have got one back through Harry Pritchard. Barnet 1, Newport 3 in the FA Cup. Ball works its way across the Leeds back line, approaching 25 on the clock here at the Stadium of Light. You're live on Talksport 2. Really the best chance of the game came early on. Somerville's free kick was tipped away by Patterson. Here now is Kamara, breaks forward, does well to get on the end of one, then he goes down. Referee's having none of it though, and Kamara's gone down clutching his knees, up on his knees now though, and Leeds will play on back inside their own half. There's a few tasty challenges going in tonight, Chris.
Yeah, it's to be expected. I think Sunderland are doing well. They're making sure that they're getting tight, they're getting close. Leeds, whenever they're in good possession, they're not really getting that time to kind of get their head up and have their choice of pass. They have to make sure that they're moving it very quickly, or a very firm, fair challenge comes in.
Ball working its way forward. Silk nicks it away from Rutter. Ball now given away. That was a poor pass from Bellingham. It's straight to Somerville. There's danger here, but Somerville surrounded by 3 red and white shirts, and Bellingham will skip away with it, looking to get to the edge of the centre circle. Now he works it out wide on the Sunderland left. Clark will go back to Huggins, who's got O'Nien inside him. O'Nien now midway inside his own half, finds Pritchard. Nice run from Pritchard. He will work it out. Well worked move as Clark tried to get Huggins away down the left. Good block comes in from Leeds, and the ball back with Sunderland inside their own half, and they'll go back to Patterson, all in yellow tonight. That one fine save early in the piece when he clawed away that Somerville free kick that was destined for the top corner. And here now Sunderland are trying to get Seal away down their left-hand side. Ampadu quick to close it down, the Welsh international. Good signing he's been for Leeds. Really solid and dependable in the heart of that midfield, and Leeds have got it back.
Yeah, he's been excellent, hasn't he? Ampadu, very, very comfortable footballer in all positions. If anything, you've got to say he's got to be bringing goals with the quality that he has, but he's just so gifted. He can slow down the game, he gets on the ball, he can see that pass, execute it, great energy.
Well, here's a ball over the top for Dan James. Interesting you mentioned Ethan Ampadu. He's never scored a league goal. Never scored a league goal. I've covered him a few times. He's had a few efforts from distance, and you're just thinking here's Clark going the other way, and Gray's brought him down, and the referee might be about to brandish the first yellow card. And look, Archie Gray, 17 years of age, has been doing a sterling job for Leeds. He's only not featured in one game. I think Gray might have hurt himself here bringing Clark down, but you have to say this looks a bit of a mismatch. The young teenager against the informed Jack Clark, and at the moment Jack Clark is getting very much the better of that duel. Yeah, and even more so when a yellow card comes out as well. Mark, you've really got to think then it's important that you keep all your players on. You're looking at Daniel Farker. He'll have a decision that he'll have to make. So like you say, Jack Clark's getting a lot of joy down that left-hand side. Albeit they've not really capitalised with an end product, as in he's not been tested yet. Melia. No, there's been a third goal at Grassy Road. It's Crewe 0, Bristol Rovers 3. Anthony Evans with a third goal for the Gas there. Here it's 0-0, but this is a set-piece opportunity here for Sunderland, who've got the ball over on the far side. It's about 12 yards out, isn't it, from the goal line? Far side of the field. Pritchard it is who's stood over it. He's level with the penalty spot, but he's midway between the left-hand side of the penalty area and the left-hand touch line. Mellier's a yard off his line. Sunderland are trying to push Leeds back in here. Pritchard just marks out his run-up again, resets the ball.
You think he'd try exactly what Somerville tried, put it right on top of Melee with all the bodies running across the front.
Well, let's see if he does that. Pritchard about to deliver, right-footed. It's going to be fired in towards Mellier's goal. Here he comes now. Drills it towards the near post, gets a flick on Meslier, somehow kept it out. It's an unbelievable save, and I'm not sure he knew too much about that. As Spence goes clattering in on Hume, that maybe should have been another free kick for Sunderland, but now instead they earn themselves a corner. Well, that free kick was fired in. It did get a touch, but somehow Meslier kept it out.
When I'm looking at that now, I think the first one's a reaction, just making his body big, Meslier, but then when it goes to ground, I'm thinking Bellingham's just going to toe poke it in. But again, Meslier, reaction again, just kind of toe pokes it. Basically, a yard from the goal line, away from the Bellingham's foot there.
It was there to be knocked in, but Sunderland couldn't quite knock it in. And it remains 0-0 here on Talksport 2. Ball going to be swung in again by Pritchard. Whips it towards the penalty spot area, hits the post, the header, and it bounces away. Meslier maybe got the hand on it. Either way, it didn't go in the back of the net, but that was a big chance for Sunderland. Another great Pritchard delivery and a flying header, and it's still 0-0. Sunderland now have it back on halfway. Forward goes Clark, goes past one. He's got support with Pritchard. Wide on the right. He goes forward. Clark continues to run into the area. Can he go on the end of it? No, he can't. Threw everything at it, and it was just inches away, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say, the distribution and quality from Pritchard at the minute is right on the money. Jack Clark breaking his neck there. The ball's got in behind Strouk there. Roden was nowhere to be seen. Jack Clark threw himself at it, but just couldn't get the contact. But let's talk about that. I think it was a save. It was in slow motion, wasn't it? And then he's just, the headers come in. It's going right into the top right-hand corner. Sorry, the top left-hand corner. And Meslier is moving so slowly, but he works his feet so quickly so he can get his. I thought it was his hand. If it's supposed, I thought it was an excellent save.
Yeah, it was. And it forward come Leeds now. Still 0-0 there. Life in front of goal, leading a charmed life. Here now is Abdullah Bar, and Sunderland have got an overlap here if they square the ball, and Bar's given it away. There were 4 Sunderland players, 2 Leeds defenders, and he couldn't find a teammate, and now there could be the ultimate price to pay. Rutter can't control it. He was up against Seal at the back, and the ball runs all the way through to Patterson.
It's a big chance, isn't it? Abdullah Bar driving, great trickery, comes inside, and he's trying to find Clark. I just don't understand. Bellingham's right there. Just set it for him. Bellingham can come on with the right foot and just pick his spot. 20 yards from goal, but ask the question, Jack Clark again.
Here's Huggins, who's got in down the left-hand side. He'll try and pull it back. He was looking for Pritchard and just got too much on it. And Kamara will clear the danger. Just over half an hour gone here. It is still 0-0, but Sunderland having a couple of great chances. And the ball back with Leeds. And you are right, just seen a replay. It was a fantastic Meslier save to keep the ball out. Sunderland thought they'd scored. Here comes Jed Spence going the other way for Leeds. Gets it to Kamara, just had to stretch to keep possession, finds Dan James. James goes back to Rodon. Gray makes a run down the right, but Rodon looks away from him. And now has it on the centre circle halfway line. Here's Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu lays it to Kamara. Leeds just having to weather a bit of a storm here in the northeast. You get the ball to Pascal Strouk on the near side. Here's Somerville. Somerville on the left-hand side, looking, probing. Spence in front of him, using him as a decoy. Then he draws the foul, and his feet were just too quick for Trey Hume. And Somerville, I think, just politely asking the referee, how many times is that he's fouled me, sir?
And I think he's got every right to ask. I think Trey Hume and Jensen Seattle, I think they're sharing that kind of responsibility of just leaving one on. Somerville every opportunity, but yeah, he's causing all sorts of problems. But in fairness, it's out in this right next to the touchline, isn't it? You know, the sideline. It's not in really dangerous areas, but with the quality of Somerville, you'll just put this right on the money.
Yeah, it is. He's midway inside the Sunderland half. He's right on this near side, probably 5 yards in from touch. He's going to fire it in. Patterson off his line. Oh, it's a poor delivery, and it was headed away by Pritchard, who's probably one of the smallest players on the field. And now Gray's got a problem because Clark's knocked it past him, but Gray's pace got him back just in the nick of time, and then Gray makes the challenge. And credit the young fella, that was great defending.
It was excellent from Archie Gray defending, because I thought Clark was just going to knock it. He had the full half to knock it into, and it was just going to be a running race. Great quality from Clark. He's coming onto his right. Pritchard's made that excellent run right through the Leeds centre-backs, and I think Clark has to release that there. You know, he had a lot of room for error as well on the pass, but then he tried to take Archie Gray on again and was second best.
Here the ball back with Leeds then. What have we had now? 34 on the clock, 0-0 here. We're expecting lots of goals. We've had a couple of really good chances, but it still remains goalless here at the Stadium of Light. Another free kick given away by Jensen Silt. Played quickly to Jed Spence wide on the Leeds left-hand side, just over the halfway line. Back to Pascal Strauch now, has got it. He looks left to Somerville, but instead goes to Spence, who went without it. Ball comes off a Leeds player and it's out. Somerville just showing signs of frustration.
Yeah, and understand that. You know, I think Spence has to move the ball a little bit quicker. You know, I think we've seen that from Ampadu, Glenn Kamara, that they've got that cutting pass. They find it right in the pocket with Dan James. The weight of pass is right on the money. Spence's quality just has to be better there, better touch. And then it's basically one-touch football. Can you just release it round the corner to Somerville, or give it back to Glenn Kamara, who's coming up and supporting?
Yeah, well, Leeds looking for would be a rare attack in this last 15 minutes or so. Sunderland's certainly been on top. And now the ball forward, and there's a coming together on that far side between Roden and Clark, and Roden tells Clark to get to his feet. Now the offside flag goes up against Leeds, and the crowd getting involved here. As a quickly taken free kick finds Barr, whose touch is good. He's up against Jed Spence now. Barr going towards the edge of the area. There another Leeds player comes back. He goes into the area, drives it across goal, but the cross is blocked by Spence, and it's out for a corner.
Yeah, he's done well again there, Abdullah Barr. You know, he's got right in the face, they're very direct. There's about 3 defenders, by the way, that's come over to try and help Jed Spence as well. Won the corner. I don't think he really had any other options there. I think it was good defending from Leeds, but now they have to defend a corner from Pritchard, and we've seen the quality that he's been putting in.
It is still 0-0. Entering the Champions League, Napoli leads Sporting Braga 2 goals to 0. Victor Osimhen with the second goal. Here's Pritchard with a corner kick down the Sunderland right-hand side. Looking now to whip it in again towards the 6-yard box. Free header and put wide. That was a huge chance there. Big opportunity. And the chance goes begging. It was Joe Bellingham again. He's unmarked.
It's a free header, isn't it? You know, the back post area, all the pace was on the corner itself from Pritchard. He just needs to be accurate with his header there. Melee was rooted as well, so if it's on target, that's a goal. Big opportunity.
Well, this is a team that hasn't yet had a goal from a centre forward yet this season, Sunderland, and well, Bellingham isn't a centre forward really. He's a midfielder filling in and attacking spots, but he should have hit the target. Just looking at the rain lashing in here at the Stadium of Light. Ball played forward. Trey Hume goes for the header. It'll fall to Rutter, who's got it down by the touchline. Goes past Hume. He's into the edge of the area here. He's still got the ball. Drives it across, and again the challenge comes in to block it. Good defending in the end from Sunderland, and it's out for a corner kick. So Leeds now with a set piece opportunity, looking to break the deadlock here. Somerville's going to take it down the Leeds left-hand side.
I'm a massive fan of Jorginho Rutter. How he manipulates the ball there. He's got no right to find himself basically running across the goal line there. coming into the 6-yard box. He's got 3 defenders he's up against. He manipulates it, he moves it, finds those space, and he's still got the quality to pick someone out at the end of it, but he wins a corner this time.
Leeds with a couple of bodies right on the edge of the box. They've got 2 in the 6-yard box as well. Somerville looks now to whip the ball in towards the penalty spot area. It skims off a Sunderland head. Here's Archie Gray, 35 yards out. We'll get it to Glenn Kamara. Kamara now will move it towards this left-hand side. Then he sets it back up for Pascal Struijk, who's just going to stand the ball up towards the far side. Headed back into the area by Leeds and cleared away by Sunderland. Clark with a lovely flick. And now away down that far side is Dan Neal, I think, who feeds the ball back to Clark, who's over the towards halfway now. Ball out to this near side, and Jensen Seal has just got to go back to Dan Ballard, and he gets it away and feeds the ball forward, and now Nyan has it. 0-0 as we approach the final 5 minutes. What's been a really entertaining half of football. Don't forget the cricket comes up as well after us here. Only place you'll hear the West Indies against England in the T20 series is live on Talksport 2. John Norman and Gareth Batty part of our team tonight. Leeds have got a free kick 10 yards over the halfway line. Referee's got a yellow card in his hand, and he's brandished that to Luke O'Neill, I think, in the end, who's gone into the book. Yeah,
it was a late challenge on Dan James. You know, at first I thought the referee was just allowing play to go on. I think he was just letting it play out to see if there was any advantage at all, but good officiating in the end.
The free kick not yet been taken. Clark just standing over the ball before the referee tells him to leave Ethan Ampadu in peace. And he now will roll it out on that Leeds right-hand side. Here now is Joe Rodon in the centre circle's got it. Gets it to Struijk, who now moves it wide to Somerville. Somerville started brightly, not had a lot of the ball. Looking for the give and go here. Again, the pass is a poor one back to him, and Kamara does well to tidy up and gets it back to Struijk on halfway, and Leeds will have possession just over the halfway line. Still goalless here in the 8 o'clock kick-off. We're with you again tomorrow night in the Championship as well. Leicester, the leaders, take on Millwall live from 7:45. Ball forward for Joel Perron. He can't get on the end of it. And Patterson quickly off his line, and he slides out to smuggle the ball to safety.
Yeah, I think the linesman would have put his flag up there if Perrault had got on the end of that one there. It was good quality. I think just a little one on the outside of the foot from Glenn Kamara. But like you say, he's always playing on the shoulder, Perrault. You know, and I think when Leeds are in good possession, more often than not, they do have that pass into the front three. If it's they just slide it in between the little holes left by Sunderland's protecting players.
Well, Dan James did really well to win the ball back in a 50-50 challenge. Leeds have it back on halfway. Here's Kamara now. Looks up. There are players to the left. He goes down the middle to Rutter, who couldn't control it as he fell to the ground. And now Jack Clark has it, and Clark turns Gray one way, and he's trying to drive past him. He knows that Gray can't really lay a challenge on him at the moment. Here now is Clark, little dummy. Gets the ball back here. Chance for a shot from 25 yards out for Neal. He lays it back to Clark. Clark's going to have another run, this time at Dan James. Goes past him and fires the shot, and it's just over the top of the goal. It was worth the effort. Meslier rooted to the spot, but it's behind for a goal kick, still 0-0.
Well, you look at that there, as soon as the ball goes out to Jack Clark, you've got Archie Gray that's basically right in beside his centre-back and left it to Dan James to deal with it, which is, to be fair, a little bit of experience as well. Then you're on a yellow card, but you've got to try and make sure that you help your man out. The quality of Clark there, he just opens up the goal, moves, manipulates the ball to the right a little bit, and if that's on target, it's really causing Meslier a problem at that back post area.
Here's Meslier, who's halfway inside his own half, and he's played a great pass over the top to Dan James. James level with the edge of the penalty area. He's got support arriving. Great was who ran past him, but Dan James has gone down in a heap. Sunderland are playing on. Little turn there from Clark. Has he got the pace to get past Rodon? No, he hasn't. Great covering challenge from Rodon. Well, Clark's fancying it very much down that left-hand side against his former club, but Joe Rodon more than a match for him on that occasion.
Yeah, he had to time his challenge. I think Jack Clark had the better of him in a running race, but he just made sure he was committed to the challenge, and it was very, very timely and accurate as well.
Chris Owellamo, former Scotland striker, with us tonight here at the Stadium of Light, where it's Sunderland 0, Leeds 0, but chances at both ends. You'd have to say Sunderland have created the more opportunities. They've come from set pieces, though, by and large, despite the brilliance of Jack Clark. Mellier's made a couple of great saves, and he's off his line now and gathers the ball in front of Abdullah Bar, and he bowls it out for Rodon, and Leeds will go forward again as we approach the final 2 minutes of what's been a really entertaining first half. A game, two teams desperate to get forward at every opportunity. Here's Jed Spence now. Lays it inside for Strout. He comes forward into the centre circle. Leeds with plenty of movement up front. The likes of Pirot down the middle. James to the right. And Somerville on the left as Gray gets it wide to Dan James. James now has got one defender in front of him, fires in an early ball, but O'Nien, cool, just took it on his instep and clears the ball away. Hasn't found touch though, although Ampadu's header is intercepted by Pritchard, who's looking to get Clark away. The ball just skipped away from him, and that allowed Strout to get on the end of it. Sunderland fans not happy. They feel that one of Clark or Barr maybe should have got on the end of that. But had that pass been at Jack Clark, they were in big trouble then, Leeds.
Well, that's it. I think Luke O'Nien's a little bit it's a poor, excellent defending, but it's poor distribution. But again, they find themselves with Huggins in that position. The little one lifted over the top, and if it's more of a straight ball, Jack Clark's getting on the end of that. Their strike, seeing the danger, come across. There's no chance that Abdullah Bar's going to get across the face of strike and get to that ball. If it had to be a better distribution from the likes of Huggins, a more ball. It was an excellent ball over the top, but it has to be more straight. Had that bend, it was always coming into the Leeds defender there.
Yeah, it was spinning away, wasn't it, from the Sunderland attack. It's still goalless in Group A of the Champions League. Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0. Remember, a draw in that game and a win for Manchester United will see United through. Well, it's 0-0 at Old Trafford against Bayern Munich. Adrian Durham and all the goals as they're going on Talksport right now, as now the ball picked up and given to Pritchard. Sunderland over halfway now. They're looking to work it out on this near side. Silt does well. He's got Barr immediately to his right-hand side. Barr 20 yards from goal down the touchline. Sunderland just opting to pass it around here, not really going anywhere. There's a sense of frustration from the Sunderland fans. They want a little bit more go forward. They go to Jack Clark, knocks it down the line. Huggins is onside here. Huggins cuts past one. Edge of the area. Rather turned into himself there, and good defending from Gray as we go into 1 minute added on. Ball in towards the far post, and they couldn't get on the end of it. Seal, I think the flag's gone up for offside. He almost lost where he was. He couldn't quite get his legs to work, and in the end it goes behind. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Still 0-0.
Were you thinking the same as me? As why has he went with the feet there? He's watching it all. He's 6'3". Go, just put your head on it. I know he's in an offside position. The linesman's probably saved him there, but all the pace was on the ball. All you need to do is basically put the ball back where it came from, but put the head on it.
He looked like a baby giraffe there, didn't he? Trying to find his legs. He couldn't stand up.
He was watching the ball come over his head and was going to try and take it on the volley. What a goal it would have been if he connected properly.
Well, it's 0-0. We're in an added on time here. It's been a really entertaining first half. More action to come in the second half live here. Elsewhere in the Championship, Blackburn 1, Bristol City 0. Preston are 2-0 up at Huddersfield, and as a half-time whistle blows here, it's a very generous round of applause from the Sunderland fans who had to withstand an early chance. Crescencio Somerville's free kick was whipped in from the left-hand side. Patterson did so well to get fingertips to it as it looked destined to just fall in under the crossbar. He got it away for a corner. Sunderland had to wait really till 20 minutes in for their first chance. Pritchard shot that curled wide of Mellier's far post, but then a double save from Meslier. First from Pritchard's whipped in free kick from the left-hand side. Somehow the French keeper got a hand on it to keep it out. From the resultant corner, it was a great header to deny Jensen Seal, who thought his header had gone in. He was celebrating before he saw Meslier claw the ball away. Then we saw Bellingham from a corner. Free header, missed the target, hits the target. He would surely have scored. We've had a booking apiece or 9 for Sunderland and Gray for Leeds. It's been entertaining stuff. Maybe not the goals we expected, Chris, but in terms of attacking intent, well, it's all there for everyone to see. Yeah, two teams very committed to the job at hand. I've got to say, I think Mike Dodds will be the happier of both managers at the minute. I don't think Leeds have created as much. They might be winning those stats. It probably make more 50-50. I'll have a little look at 54-46 in Leeds' favour with possession of the ball, but you look at the chances really created, that Somerville chance, and then if you look at all the other ones, it's Sunderland, great blocks. But Sunderland have, I think Mike Dodds will be disappointed Sunderland haven't come in with the goal advantage. But like you say, Meslier, I thought it was an excellent save. A goalkeeper would usually throw himself at that Silt header early doors and then
trying to scramble, but he worked his feet so well, and then he's got a strong hand behind it. But I think Mike Dodds will be the happier of both managers.
Good stuff, 0-0 here. We'll go through all the half-time scores. Just a reminder what we've got coming up tomorrow night on Talksport 2. Doubleheader, Red Scarf Belgrade against Manchester City, live in the Champions League. 5:45 kick-off. Ian Danter and the former Manchester City manager Stuart Pearce with that one. Then we've got on Talksport kick-off with Adrian Durham, all the goals as they go in from the Champions League, the EFL, including that big game at St James's Park. Newcastle, AC Milan, Celtic also in action. And we've got live commentary on Talksport 2, 7:45 start. Leicester against Millwall, live and exclusive here on Talksport 2 tomorrow night with Jim Proudfoot and the former England striker Dean Ashton. Thursday night, we're live in the Europa League. Real Betis against Rangers, Hugh Woozencroft with Alex Crook and the former England man Dean Ashton for that. And then on Friday, we've got live and exclusive Premier League action. 8 o'clock start at the City Ground for Nottingham Forest against Tottenham. Hugh Woozencroft is with Adam Bridge and the former England defender Stuart Pearce. All that to come. Got the second half to come as well at the Stadium Light. We promise you a cracking game. I don't think it's let us down just yet. All we need is a goal. At the break here, Sunderland 0, Leeds 0.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the English Football League.
Shop Etsy, make gifting easy. Purse for mum, mug for dad, toys for kids. Sorted! Shopping for presents shouldn't feel like a mission. With great gifts made by real people for all budgets, Etsy has it. Shop etsy.co.uk and use code MISSION10 by December 31st for 10% off your first purchase up to £50. Terms apply. See etsy.com/terms.
Worn out, busy day. Don't let tiredness get in the way when you just can't get going. Barocca can help you face the lag. Formulated with 11 vitamins and minerals, including vitamins B6 and 12 to help support energy release and reduce tiredness and fatigue. Barocca, face the lag. Barocca contains vitamin C, B vitamins 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, 12 and magnesium and zinc.
At E.ON Next, we believe life's better when you know you can choose a fixed energy tariff where you'll be safe in the knowledge of what energy price you're paying for the duration of your contract. We think that makes energy a little bit better. And that's why we're always working towards helping you get more out of your energy. So visit eonnext.com today. T's and C's apply. Smart meter required if eligible. Exit fees apply.
'Twas the hour before lunchtime, and with a great rumble, you noticed a stirring deep down in your tumble. 'Twas a hunger one could not easily satisfy, till appeared Subway's VI Brie to capture your eye. On caramelised onion, on rasher of bacon, on gooey brie cheese that you'd love to partake in, then toast it all up in a bun, nice and tight. Happy lunching to all, and to all a good bite.
Try the limited edition hot and cheesy VI Brie sub melt from the Subway series menu.
You could hit the slopes without an instructor, or you could have a go at cutting your own hair. Oh. Heck, why not? You should rewire the house. At ATS Euromaster, we think there are times when things are better left to the experts. Things like vehicle maintenance and getting yours through the winter. Pick up a set of Michelin Cross-Climate 2 tyres and drive with confidence, whatever the weather. ATS Euromaster, you're in good hands.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
The goals are calling.
This Saturday, exclusive kick-by-kick commentary of Newcastle versus Fulham.
It's not on the telly, Eddie.
Coverage from 2:30, kick-off 3 p.m. on Talksport 2.
The playlist on Talksport 2. Top flight football conversation for the sporting nation.
You have to commit, you have to overcommit, you have to get a result. The fans are going to get twitchy.
All the big name views, news and opinions that matter.
He's just on his case all the time. Every time he picked the ball up, he fouled him.
Pull up your socks, lace up your boots and get stuck in.
I think there is a discipline problem, but I also think there's an idiot's problem.
100%.
Get all the big fever pitch build-up all in one mammoth sporting session.
Massive results those are.
The playlist, Friday afternoon from 5 on Talksport 2.
EFL Live on Talksport 2.
Two huge clubs in the Championships with aspirations to get back to the promised land of the Premier League. Here's a delivery right-footed towards a goal, and it's clawed away by Patterson. That was going in the top corner. It's a fine save from the Sunderland keeper.
It's an excellent save.
Can they get the shot away? They'll try and pull it back for Bellingham. It'll fall for Pritchard. He's going to shoot, and it's just past the far post. Meslier was at full stretch. The shot left of goal, curled it towards the far post. Meslier was more than interested in that one, but it goes behind for a goal kick.
It's a fantastic effort.
Whips it towards the penalty spot area, hits the post, the header, and it bounces away. Meslier maybe got the hand on it. Either way, it didn't go in the back of the net, but that was a big chance for Sunderland. Another great Pritchard delivery. Drills it towards the near post, gets a flick on. Meslier somehow kept it out. It's an unbelievable save, and I'm not sure he knew too much about that. So busy first half of football here, but no goals yet. Surely we'll get some in the second half. Got a busy night of sport still to come, with England taking on the West Indies in the cricket. So let's get the latest odds with William Hill.
In the Zone on Talksport 2 with official betting partner William Hill. Get epic value all season with William Hill. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, welcome along again to Lee Phelps. No goals here yet, but surely we'll get plenty of runs in the cricket later.
Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah, the half-time in-play odds on this match: Sunderland 12-5, the draw 8-5, Leeds 11-8. So the draw obviously got a little bit shorter with it being 0-0 at half-time. Few enhanced odds live as well. Jack Clark to score any time is 4-1. What about first goal method? A header 13-2, and Somerville to assist a goal live is priced up at 5-1. But as you said, cracking night of sport on Talksport 2. West Indies, England, T20 to come. West Indies 11-10, England 8-11. So not an awful lot in it. England need to find some form with the bat from somewhere, don't they? Enhanced odds, you might like a few of these. Brandon King at least 1-6, and Kyle Myers over 1-6 was 11-4, now 130. And how about this one? Josh Butler, clear top England run scorer, and England to win was 17-2, now 10-1. Can't wait for it to start, Matt.
Good stuff. Thanks as ever, Lee. Those were the very latest odds with William Hill. Gamble responsible, 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
In the Zone on Talksport 2 with official betting partner William Hill, giving you the tools for positive play. Take time to think and know your limits. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
So England favourites then ahead of the first T20 International tonight between England and the West Indies. It gets underway straight after we're done here at the Stadium of Light. We'll have live ball-by-ball commentary from the Kensington Oval in Barbados. Let's hear now then from England's Chris Wokes ahead of the match tonight. And these are his thoughts ahead of the series.
You know, we are T20 world champions, you know, we still need to remember that. You know, obviously there's a bit of a crossover between the formats in terms of players, but you know, we're still currently world champions, and we have to, you know, go out there and play like that. But you know, it gives you no right to win the next one, as we know. So you know, we have to, you know, put in strong performances in this series, hopefully, to build towards what is going to be obviously a really important World Cup in 6 months' time. So it's exciting. We've got a group of players, like you said, but as you know, the West Indies have got a strong team on paper, and they look strong. So we're going to have to be at our best.
Andre Russell's back, eh?
Yeah, good to see the best players back, isn't it? You know,
World Cup round the corner. He probably fancied it, didn't he? You know,
well, absolutely. But you know, probably better if he's not playing, but at the same time, you know, it's great entertainment, and you know, he's a world class player and has done it for a long time. So, you know, we're going to have to be at our best.
And is it nice coming into this team with some new blood, some younger players, some fresh faces that weren't at the World Cup? Does that just give everyone a big boost, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think naturally when you have new faces in a team, you know, especially younger players, it brings that sort of little bit of energy that you need sometimes. It certainly improves our fielding, I think, as a side. You know, we've got some young players that throw themselves around, which always makes you a better team. But yeah, you're right. They'll be excited. They'll be, you know, keen to showcase their skills and put their hand up for, you know, a World Cup spot in 6 months' time. So, you know, it keeps everyone on their toes. You know, the older players, the players that have been around for a long time, makes you, you know, train hard, constantly look to getting better. And yeah, I think it's all round good for the group.
And just a question on the test team was announced this morning for the 5 matches in India. Not you weren't included in it. Did you get a phone call explaining the reasons behind that?
Yeah, there's plenty of discussion actually. You know, I've been speaking to Rob Key over the last couple of months in the lead up to that. Had some good discussions with him, and then finally, once the call was made, I got a call from Brendan, and I'm pretty clear where I stand. It doesn't mean, you know, the end of my Test career by any means. You know, I was player of the series in the Ashes, and you know, come back round to the the summer, hopefully I'll be knocking on door to play again. So I know where I stand. The good communication from them, and naturally I suppose you want to be a part of every team, but also I know that my best cricket in Test match cricket has been played at home, and I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, so Chris Woggs speaking ahead of the T20 International Series. The only place you will hear it is right here on Talksport 2. It gets underway tonight from around about 10 o'clock. As soon as we're done here at the Stadium of Light, we will be going to the West Indies and Barbados, where I can promise you it'll be a little bit warmer than it is here at the Stadium of Light. Lots of live sport. If you've not got the Talksport app, now might be a good time to get it, given the volume of live sport we've got coming up over the next few weeks. And we start off tomorrow night, Red Star Belgrade against Manchester City, live on Talksport 2, 5:45 start with Ian Danter and the former City manager Stuart Pearce. We follow that up with a live and exclusive championship commentary as leaders Leicester take on Millwall. Jim Proudfoot and the former England man Dean Ashton, our commentary team with that. Thursday night we're live in the Europa League on Talksport. Hugh Wozencroft is with Alex Crook and Dean Ashton for Real Betis against Rangers. And on Friday, back in the Premier League, Nottingham Forest take on Tottenham live from the City Ground. Hugh Wozencroft is with Adam Bridge and the former England man Stuart Pearce for that one. Then Saturday, Game Day Live, and we start off with the East Anglian Derby, Ipswich against Norwich in the Championship, live and exclusive on Talksport. Adrian Durham will be with Joe Shannon and Dean Ashton for that. Then all the goals as they go in from 2:30. And we're back in the North East at 3 o'clock on Saturday, live and exclusive on Talksport. Newcastle take on Fulham. Ian Danters with the former Sunderland man Mickey Gray for that one. And don't forget, on Friday night, we're back at the Alexandra Palace. Yes, it's Christmas on the horizon. That means live darts. And we will be live on Talksport 2 from 7 o'clock on Friday night from the Alexandra Palace to find out if Michael Smith can retain his PDC World Darts Championship, with you all the way through on the darts over the next few weeks. Let's have a look then at some of the scorelines elsewhere. Earlier on in Group B of the Champions League, Lens beat Sevilla by 2-1. PSV Eindhoven won, Arsenal won in that one. Arsenal already topping the group. Elsewhere in Group A, Copenhagen 0, Galatasaray 0 is good news for Manchester United if they can get the win over Bayern Munich. But at the break at Old Trafford, it's Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. In Group C, Union Berlin lead Real Madrid by a 0 and Napoli 2-0 up over Sporting Braga. In Group D, Red Bull Salzburg are 2-0 down at home to Benfica, and Inter Milan 0, Real Sociedad 0 is a half-time score. In the Club World Cup earlier on, Al Ittihad beat Auckland by 3-0. In the Championship tonight, Blackburn have doubled their advantage. They lead Bristol City by 2-0. Huddersfield won. They've got a goal back against Preston 2, so 2-1 in that one. Goal back for Huddersfield. Danny Ward with a goal for the Terriers. Rotherham 0, West Brom 1, Stoke 0, Swansea 0 in the battle of the two teams without a manager. And Watford 1, Ipswich 1. Watford were in front earlier on before Hurst equalised for Ipswich. And here at the Stadium of Light, it's Sunderland 0, Leeds 0. In the FA Cup first round, Forest Green have turned it around at Scarborough. Scarborough 1, Forest Green 2. Scarborough were in front there briefly, but Forest Green have hit back to lead. In the second round replays, Barnet 1, Newport 3, Crewe 0, Bristol Rovers 4. Port Vale leads Stevenage by a 0. And into the second half, Walsall lead Alfreton by a 0. In League One, it's all level between Reading and Oxford, 1-1 in that one. And in the EFL Trophy, Accrington Stanley lead Lincoln by a 0. That pretty much brings you up to date with everything that is going on in the world of football right now. And well, I'm just looking at the football and the new manager markets, etc., and we are led to believe, as has been reported in the Telegraph, that Sunderland are in talks to appoint the Reims manager Will Still. This was one that we were speaking about early on. Will Still in with a chance of replacing Tony Mowbray as the teams come out for the second half here. Chris, what do you make of that one?
Yeah, like I say, it's a very interesting one. I think it's something that's possibly been on the cards for a long time. Very, very quickly they have a short list. So yeah, you know what, it's you know my feelings on the whole Mowbray dismissal, but that's been done now. It's about bringing in someone who can, like you say, be a father figure to this young team as well. But well,
you say a father figure, he's only 31 years old himself.
Yeah, but probably more relatable to the young players as well. If someone's come in, they're enthusiastic, but they know their football, they can direct, coach, get the best out of this young team, because we haven't seen the hangover, but there's a lot of disappointed players in that Sunderland dressing room when Tony Mowbray was let go.
Interesting. Sunderland have held talks with Swedish coach Kim Hellberg last week, but he's expected to join Hammarby. Interesting times here at the Stadium of Light. I'm sure Mike Dodds will be wanting to make sure that, should they have to relinquish the reins quickly, that they want to do so with a 100% winning record. As we're about to get underway here. Second half, no changes that I can see. Referee blows a whistle and Leeds in their change strip. The dark green are going from left to right here. And Sunderland in their red and white stripes defending the goal away to our right. Leeds looking to attack with Dan James, and Mal Huggins heads the ball away from him. So Patterson in goal for Sunderland, Huggins, Seal, Ballard, O'Nien and Hume in the back five. Neal and Bellingham holding with Barr, Pritchard and Clark in an attacking three. And for Leeds, Meslier in goal, Gray, Rodon, Stroke and Spence at the back. Ampadu and Kamara holding with James, Peru, Somerville and Rutter up top for Leeds. So back underway second half here. Matt Wilson with Chris Ulumo. Be looking forward to listening to the cricket on the way home, Chris. The T20 International. Keepers, part of the way home, surely. As Leeds looking to work the ball in here to Kamara. Kamara denied by Pritchard. Ball might break here for Rutter. Lays it back. Here's Joe Peru, edge of the area. He'll feed it wide to Gray. Gray's closed down by Clark. Gray nudges it into the edge of the area. Rutter is fighting for it. He's done well. Tried to backheel it to Dan James, who was expecting that. But the ball ricocheted away from him, and then the challenge from Rutter. It's out for a throw-in to Sunderland down by their own corner flag.
Well, it's just started off in the same vein. Leeds seen a lot of the ball, but Sunderland in that 18-yard box, everyone's got the responsibilities, everyone's in good positions. Tidy play there as well. Archie Gray winning the ball back, but keeping that pressure on. Good strength from Rutter and Dan James linking up, but Sunderland are strong and defensively sound in that moment.
Yeah, they are, but here's Ampadu, who's won it midway inside the opposition half, gets it away. Rutter rides one challenge. It'll fall here for the shot, and that, Chris Owellamo, is why Ethan Ampadu hasn't scored. He hits it high over the top, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he's alive to a little reverse pass to Rutter there, and good again how he manipulates the ball. But I think Ampadu, he's coming on to it. He's got Rutter coming at him. He's got I think Bellingham as well coming at him there. I think you've got to be committed, put your foot through it. If you're going to take a sore one, you take a sore one, but he just wasn't committed to the strike of that one there.
He wasn't. Now Sunderland have got it on the edge of the centre circle, their side of halfway. Here's Luke O'Nien, one of two players in the book, he and Archie Gray, booked in that first 45. Here's Clark now running at Dan James, just offloads the ball back to Dan Neal, looks for the crossfield switch. That's a beautiful pass as well, taken down on the chest over on the far side. Played into Abdullah Barr. Here now is Bellingham. Just a little bit slow, isn't he, from Sunderland? A little bit deliberate at the moment.
Well, it's a great pass out, I have to say, to Hume on that right-hand side. But then, you know what? Get the ball down. Go fast. Commit your player. He's just take it down. He's allowed Leeds to shuffle across, and then he just passes it into Abdullah Barr, who's only 5 yards away from him. Commit your player.
Yeah, and it's gone all the way back to Patterson, all in yellow. Plays it forward. Pritchard takes it down nicely in the centre circle. Comes skipping across to the left-hand side. Then goes back, looking to switch play back to the right. Bellingham under pressure, finds Dan Neal. Neal just trying to evade the threat of Glenn Kamara. Does that. Can tell you that Bristol City have got a goal back at Ewood Park. Blackburn 2, Bristol City 1. Mark Sykes with a goal. Port Vale lead Stevenage by 2-0. Ben Garrity with that one. And here now forward come Sunderland, and they've worked the ball out to Barr, who's got a lot of room to run in behind. He's got Pritchard early on the edge of the area, and he's gone too early there. Had time, it might fall on the volley. Ball not yet cleared, it'll fall down here, edge of the area, shot comes in, Meslier beats it away. And that was a big chance. And it was Huggins whose shot was at the keeper, and Meslier again saves Leeds, still 0-0.
Well, I've got to say, I think Abdullah Barr's not the best ball in, albeit Sunderland, they keep it alive. Niall Huggins there, I think he's excellent, right on the 18-yard line, just moves it onto his left. Make sure, even through its lead bodies there, Meslier sees it late, but still, it's a decent enough save. Sunderland are the more threatening. I think if Abdullah Bar's going to play the earlier ball, it has to be in behind the last lead defender and goalkeeper there. There was so much room for him to whip that ball across for the likes of Clark to get on the end of.
Here's a corner then for Sunderland. Pritchard to take it. Going to swing it in towards the far post. Melier does well, gets a hand on it. There's a challenge there. This could be a penalty. Well, Dan James went in with a challenge. A Sunderland player's gone down. Sunderland appeal, but the referee was having absolutely none of it. O'Neill it was who went down in the area. Well, you've seen them given, Chris.
Well, I have. The thing is, so it's on the blind side, isn't it? So the ball's coming round. Dan Neil's allowing the ball to come across his body before he swings the left foot to clear it there. O'Neill comes and takes the ball with his midriff. There's connection. Now, does he get the ball and the midriff? I think it's still a foul. Albeit, I know O'Neill very, very well coming through. He's got that character. He's seen it very early. If there's any contact, the referee has to question it. But he's positioned well. He's waved it away straight away. You have to stick with the referee there.
On the half turn has given it away. Jack Clark's nicked it on halfway. And Clark now turns back inside his own half. He'll feed the ball across over on the far side to Trey Hume. Hume plays it to Barr, who might have gone a yard early there, but Kamara bundles him over. Referee says play on. Home fans not happy with that one. Now the ball over the top looking for Rutter. Tried to take it on his chest, and it's going to be cleared away out on this near side by Sunderland, and that had gone out before O'Nine's back heel came off a Leeds player. So it is a Leeds United throw-in. I can tell you that Huddersfield have fallen further behind. Preston now lead 3-1 at the John Smith. Ben Whiteman with a goal into the second half there. And here a throw-in for Leeds. So a couple of challenges going in start of this second half, Chris.
Yeah, there is. It's like you say, it's carried on in very much the same vein, isn't it? You know, there was that one there that Abdullah Baz looking to get in behind, and it's just got to be a better ball from Hume.
Well, the referee has just booked both managers, I think. Mike Dodds and Daniel Farker. He's just gone down towards the dugouts, and he's shown them both a yellow card.
Oh, I'm surprised that Farker got involved. I've been watching the fourth official come out on numerous occasions and have a little chat to Mike Dodds just about he's up and down, he's pacing that touchline, instructions going in all the time. But obviously could it be the penalty decision? Maybe Farker was a little bit heated with that, but I never really seen much reaction from him.
No. Fourth official getting it from all angles.
Definitely. Standard that.
Yeah. Ball inside Leeds territory. They come forward again. Still 0-0 here. 7 gone. We thought there were going to be plenty of goals tonight, but these two are cancelling each other out at the moment as the ball nicked away far side by Hume. Finds Barr. Hume goes on the overlap. Can Barr find him? He won't, because he cuts back in field and he's giving it away. Now Jed Spencer's got a bit of grass to run into. He's got Somerville with him. Peru's made a run down the middle. He's just gone offside, Joel Peru. He needs to have a look round. He's about 5 yards offside at the moment. Realises and then checks back out, and Leeds check back to the halfway line where they'll retain possession. It's 0-0 here at the Stadium of Light. I do think we will get some goals here as Dan James cuts in off the right. Little give and go. Pirot holds onto it, then feeds it to Rutter on the half turn. Holds off Ballard. Still going Rutter across goal, then just overran it. And it should be cleared away. Ampadu does well to recycle it. Finds Kamara. Kamara 25 yards out, left-hand side of the penalty area. Feeds it back to Somerville. Somerville looks to go past one. He's gone past one. His touch is just heavy. Pritchard jumped in, won the ball. Ampadu, nice pass back to Kamara. Leeds being patient. Kamara going for goal. Bounce just in front of Patterson. And he makes a nice save down low at his near post.
I've got to say, I think the way that Leeds move the ball around in that attacking area is outstanding. Glenn Kamara, Somerville linking up very well. As soon as it comes to Ampadu, he just fires it out to Glenn Kamara. I think it's the wrong decision to take the shot on from there. He's tried to pass it in. You know, it was an easy one for Patterson to take. Get yourself out to Jed Spence that's hugging the touchline, and then get yourself in the box, Kamara there. It's just one of them. Just manipulate it, recycle it, create a different angle, but to take a shot from 22 yards when you've got so many bodies in advanced areas.
Fine margins in sport. Stoke missed a penalty at the weekend, lost to Sheffield Wednesday. Tonight they get a penalty. Daniel Johnson scores it. Stoke 1, Swansea 0. Here it's 0-0. Ball worked out behind Clark. Can't keep it in. It's out for a throw-in that Leeds will take. 6 wins and a draw in their last 7 for Leeds. 1 loss in their last 11. They're in great form. They've got some big games coming up over the Christmas period as well. Ipswich on the 23rd. You'll hear that one live on Talksport 2. There's a ball on halfway with Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu under pressure from Pritchard. Works it wide to Archie Gray. He now finds Joe Rodon. Rodon gets it away to Glenn Kamara, the Finland international. Feeds it forward to Rutter. Little blind pass. James O tickles the ball towards Gray. Gray has it now, level with the edge of the penalty area. Looks for the give and go. Dan James, though, just holds it up. Right hand side of the penalty box. Looks up. There's no one really in the area at the moment. Sunderland trying to hold a high line as Leeds trying to unlock this Sunderland defence, but they've got the players. Leeds. Rutter has it. He slides it down the channel. There was a coming together there, but Dan James stayed on his feet. Finds Gray. Gray looks to work the ball into the area. It loops up, and Patterson gives a big shout to Dan Ballard and comes and collects it. Good goalkeeping. Still 0-0.
Yeah, it's a brilliant tell from you there, Mark. You know, when you're saying there's no one really in the 18-yard box for Leeds, but you look at the defensive unit of Sunderland there. That 5 makes it very, very difficult as well, because they're very, very deep. You know, so when you're looking at that there, the likes of Rutter, the likes of Peru, they have to come and show, they have to move a little bit more, play right on the shoulder, try and receive it for that little one-touch passes around the 18-yard box. For that minute, they're not moving the ball quick enough, Leeds, and Sunderland are quite comfortable with having that 5 at the back with the 2 protecting in front.
I just wonder how long Sunderland will leave it here tonight, given that, you know, they have got strikers on the bench if they want to go down that route, because they're playing at the moment without a striker, and they're missing a bit of a focal point, I think, aren't they?
Can I ask you, before the game, do you think Mike Dodds would have taken a draw this evening?
I think he would, but I also think he's obliged, isn't he, at this point, to try and win it. It's there to be won. There's still over half an hour remaining.
Yeah, I understand that. You know, risk and reward, isn't it? You know, I think at the minute they're comfortable, they're still posing a threat in the attacking area. I think if they change it, the personnel, you know, to try and bring more of an attacking threat, I think they're managing it. The balance is right at the minute, albeit they've not asked too many questions, but they've had the better opportunities in this game this evening, I'd say Sunderland.
Let's be fair, when you look at the Sunderland bench, they've got Roberts, Burstow, Mayenda, Russin, Oshish and Bradley Dack, who could all come on and have a big impact on this game.
Well, you're looking at Roberts there, you're looking at Bradley Dack, big players that can bring goals and have that kind of attacking quality, but distribution, and defensively they know that they can do a job for the team as well.
Here now is Rutter, does want to get past 1, does want to get past 2, and then gets past 3, and Bellingham deposits him on the ground. And I've got to be honest, I'm surprised Joe Bellingham hasn't got a booking here, because that's not his first foul tonight. He dropped Glenn Kamara a couple of times in the first half, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's all very just, like, you know, it's Bellingham. You know, he's leaving the foot in. It's not really blatant fouls, but it's persistent foul, and I think that's what you get the yellow card for. Just got a little quick talking to from the referee there.
Yeah, Jack Clark sportingly helps Jorginho Rutter up onto his feet, and the ball is with Somerville, who's about 30 yards out, right hand side of the penalty area. 0-0 here. Sunderland have had the better of this one so far, but haven't yet managed to get a goal on the board. What can Leeds do here? A chance to whip in the free kick. Sunderland holding a high line on the edge of their 18-yard box. Patterson about 3 or 4 yards off his line, centre of goal. Somerville then waits. Now he whips in the ball towards the penalty spot. It flicks off a Sunderland head, and Archie Gray might let this roll out. He will on the far side. It's out for a throw in about 25 yards away from the Sunderland corner flag down the Leeds left. And now we're about to see the first change then. And the first change is going to be Patrick Roberts, who's coming on for Abdullah Bar, who's ran around, he's tried hard. Probably not, if we're going to be brutally honest. Chris, been his finest night tonight. He's had a couple of opportunities when he's not quite managed to find a teammate.
Yeah, well, I have to say about Abdullah Bar, he's trying to play on the shoulder. He's trying to look to get in behind, and I think the service that he's getting has not been the best. He's had to come to feet, and then he has to do it all on his own. Whereas if he's playing on the shoulder, and that right way to pass, that right quality pass is just in behind, then I think he's bringing a lot more to the game, albeit he's had a few opportunities to put the ball in the box, and it's not really been of great quality. But Roberts, you know what you're going to get with Roberts, so that energy up and down the right hand side. He likes to drift in, he gets shots, he finds himself in real dangerous positions in the 18-yard box on numerous occasions.
He does. Leeds then have it with Ampadu on halfway. 0-0 at the Stadium of Light. Ball now with Joe Rodon, who drives through the centre circle, finds Rutter, whose touch was poor there by his own high standards, and Dan Neil will take it from him, and Neil will get it out wide, and here is Roberts, who will offer a threat down that right hand side, sidestepping his way down the touchline. Ball breaking the area for Pritchard. It was cleared away just in the nick of time by Strout, but Sunderland have won it back high up the field. Here now is Bellingham, 30 yards out from goal. We'll come across to the near side. O'Nien now will look out to this near side and see Niall Huggins. Huggins gets it to Jack Clark. Always a go-to here for Sunderland. Back to Huggins. Those two forming a real partnership down the left for Sunderland this season. Here now is Clark. Decides he's going to have a run at Dan James, who backs off. Ball squared to Pritchard. 20 yards out. Thought about the shot. Couldn't quite get it out of his feet. Ballard in there, making up an extra body. Gets it out wide on the Sunderland right-hand side, but Leeds get bodies around the ball and win it back. But it's won back. Great challenge by Dan Neil. He had no chance there, but he won it somehow. Now he's into the edge of the area. He's gone past one and he stumbles. Nobody touched him, he just couldn't stay on his feet. That was a great challenge from Dan Neil, but he couldn't find the finish.
Yeah, it's excellent play from Dan Neil there. Good awareness as well. He's got himself in behind that defensive pairing of Ampadu and Glenn Kamara. He's driving it straight, and as soon as he brings it onto his left foot, get the shot away there.
Ballard has won it back again. Sunderland having a good spell here. We've just gone past an hour on Talksport 2, still 0-0. Poor bit of play though there. He's given it away, and forward goes Somerville. And Somerville now will get it to Spence, and Spence is quick. He's gone past one. He's driving it to the edge of the area. Tried to ride the challenge there. Ballard was stood in his way, and Ballard was like a mountain as Spence bounces off him, but Leeds have won it back on halfway. I just get the feeling we're at the point of the game, Chris, where something's going to give here.
Yeah, both teams are definitely going for the win there. You know, Jed Spence, he's got to be braver for me. You know, he's trying to nick it past Stelt there, and I just feel that he's you know what, go commit him, get the body in and get your body in between the ball and man there.
Rutter's done well, finds Gray on the right hand side. Gray puts the cross in, it was behind everybody. Kamara's given it away to Roberts. Roberts midway inside his own half will skip forward, looking and waiting for support. There's only Pritchard inside him, and Roberts in the end has done well to win a throw in there for his side.
Completely on his own there, isn't he? Patrick Roberts, he's just trying to kind of slow it down, or just kind of have Stroik make the challenge and get Sunderland up the pitch. And you know what, they've dropped back 20 yards to take the throw in their own half, Sunderland there, when Patrick Roberts was 10 yards in the Leeds half.
Bad news for Manchester United. FC Copenhagen lead in Denmark over Galatasaray by 1-0. And now gone in that one. It's still goalless. Manchester United, Bayern Munich. As it stands, Manchester United going out of the Champions League as Pritchard couldn't control it up against Strauch, who gets back, and he knocks it back to his goalkeeper, and Leeds will build again. 17.5 gone on Talksport 2 second half. Don't forget, live international T20 cricket, West Indies against England. Only place you'll hear it's right here on Talksport 2. John Norman, Gareth Batty and the rest of the team will bring you all the action of that one. Here's Rutter now, tries to find Somerville, who almost let the ball bounce off his shins there, and flicks it back nonchalantly to Strout. Now he gets it back, comes in field, the diminutive, skillful winger now looking for a ball back edge of the area. He's just blocked off, and Patterson is off his line quickly. Well done, the Sunderland defence. That was great skill from Somerville, but there were some big centre-halves in his way, and they weren't going to get out of his way for nothing.
It was excellent play. He says it was kind of nonchalantly passing the ball about Somerville there, but as soon as he went into Rutter, the little one to Peru.
Well, here now is a chance. Rodon's clearance has hit Pritchard, and then Ampadu has pulled Pritchard down. That's called taking one for the team, and Ethan Ampadu will turn round and he'll look up and see the referee's got a yellow card about to write his name on it. Well, that was good from Pritchard, but Ampadu, as I said, taking one for the team there.
Yeah, it's a good yellow card as well, because Pritchard was, you know what, a very dangerous position, albeit 35 yards from goal. he had energy and bodies coming up and supporting him there, and Ampadu just seen the danger and pulled it back. That earlier one as well, it was great defending. O'Nien, Ballard, Sealt, they just all came together, and Somerville was no way getting through them, but the way to pass from Peru was excellent.
Well, we mentioned that tomorrow night we'll hear Leicester, the leaders, against Millwall live on Talksport 2. It's been a good night for them so far because Leeds are dropping points here, and as it stands, Watford 1, Ipswich 1 at Vicarage Road. So both Ipswich and Leeds could be dropping points tonight. Sunderland will want to gain some points of their own to solidify their place in the top 6. Here's Pritchard's delivery. He's fizzed the ball out wide on the far side to Roberts, who takes it down about 10 yards away from the corner flag. Looks to work an opening. They went for the overhead kick. It'll fall to Jack Clark, who lashes it right-footed. Never got his boot round it. That was half a chance for Jack Clark, but he couldn't hit the target. Goes behind, still 0-0.
Yeah, it was fantastic reaction from Archie Gray as well. Got right in the face of Jack Clark there, because if he never went out and put pressure on him, he'd have got his body over it and hit it into the ground and really troubled Melee there. But fantastic little cross from Patrick Roberts. And then it was a little kind of somersault that was defended well, I have to say. I think it was Stroik that got some sort of contact that took it away.
It was indeed. The ball at the back with Leeds. 20 gone second half. Mark Wilson and the former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo with you live tonight here at the Stadium of Light. Big game. Lots of big games coming up over the festive period on the Talksport network. If you've got the Talksport app, you'll not miss any of the live sporting action, including the darts that starts on Friday night. Here's Somerville trying to get in behind. Good challenge goes in from Jensen Sealt. I think might have done himself a mischief there. I think he's just overstretched himself and he's gone down in a heap, and the referee will just stop play to allow Sealt just to maybe a bit of cramp. He's just stretching out that left leg right over on the far side of the field, but that was a really good challenge.
Yeah, you know what, I think when the ball's put in behind and it's you've got in a running race with Somerville, you do start to panic a little bit, but he was composed. He went to ground very, very quickly with a very timely challenge. I think it was just his calf, wasn't it, just kind of seized up.
Yeah, quite understandable given how cold it is here tonight. It's getting to that time of year, and it's 0-0 here. Somerville midway inside the Sunderland half, gets the ball away far side. Kamara has it. Plenty of subs warming up away to the left, 3 from each side, but no movement yet from Leeds. Patrick Roberts has come on for Sunderland. We now have got the ball, and we're going to work it over on that far side, and ball now with Ampadu as he comes forward. Ball working its way down this near side. Well, I just mentioned that Ipswich might be dropping some points tonight. Well, they're not now, as they've got a second goal at Watford. It's Watford 1, Ipswich 2. Sam Morsey with a goal, 10 minutes remaining there. So Ipswich going top of the Championship as it stands tonight. Leicester in action tomorrow. You'll hear it live and exclusive on Talksport 2. But can Leeds, with a quarter of the game left, open up the deadlock here? It's been tight second half between two teams who like to get it down and attack, but they've rather cancelled each other out. Neither keeper's had an awful lot to do. Patterson made that fine save early on. Mellie's made a couple of good saves from headers. I'm just looking at Mellie, he's just trying to keep himself warm down the other end of the ground. Ball on halfway. Rodon and Strout left it for each other. In fact, it was Ampadu who got the header in, and now there's a foul. And it's a free kick for Leeds on halfway.
Yeah, I just don't think Pritchard needs to touch Ampadu there. You know, he's got the second phase, he's won the second ball, but as soon as Ampadu comes near him, it's like he tries to stop Ampadu from going and trying and challenging Jack Clark there. It was a silly one to give away because Jack Clark was in comfortable possession of the ball.
He was indeed. Ball out wide on the Leeds left. Jed Spence, who was lively early on, hasn't probably seen as much of the ball as he would have liked in this second half. The ball is on halfway and Leeds come forward again. The only goal in the championship, the only game in the Championship without a goal tonight. 0-0 here. Goals everywhere else. Here now is Joel Perrault. Gets the ball now to this near side and finds Dan James. James cuts in off the right, tries to work in across. Brave diving header from O'Nien. Falls to Ampadu, 35 yards out. Gets it back to Dan James. James looks for the give and go edge of the area. Rutter just couldn't quite wrap his boot round it, and Sealt did well to get it back to Patterson, and it's cleared away it just hasn't stuck, has it, for Jorginho Rutter so far tonight? There's a few that have bounced off him maybe that he would have hoped to keep hold of.
Yeah, I think when you look at Sunderland, when they've got that 5 at the back, he's got basically 3 centre-backs that he has to contend with there, so he's always got someone probably trying to get in front of him, fighting with, and he's got someone that can come and intercept the pass, and so it is a difficult one.
Well, here's Spence now, gets it away, he finds Somerville, Rutter leads it back to Somerville, he gets it away on this near side here, shot across goal, and Peru tried to backheel it towards goal after Archie Gray's shot was more of a cross, and now Clark is looking on the break, and that's a great pass over the top, great touch from Roberts is bundled down, and there's another yellow card surely coming here for a Leeds player over on that far side, but Roberts had just got a yard away from his man there. It was Dan James who brought him down. Well, Roberts would have been away. It's still 0-0.
Yeah, I've got to say, excellent play from Roberts. Takes it out the air in his stride as well, but then he has the quality just to take it across the path of Dan James there as well, invite that contact, and like you say, it was a definite yellow card for James there as well.
So Ekwa is coming on. Pierre Ekwa comes on. He's had a decent game tonight, and it's Jensen Seal who makes way, so probably a change in formation here for Sunderland. Ekwa will just sit in front of what should now be a back four with Jensen Seal going off. But Sunderland have got a free kick, probably midway between halfway and the edge of the penalty area. Still 0-0 here. Blackburn 2, Bristol City 1. Huddersfield 1, Preston 3. Rotherham 0, West Brom 1. Stoke 1, Swansea 0. Watford 1, Ipswich 2. All those in the Championship. All the goals as they go in over on Talksport with Adrian Durham right now. In the Champions League, Copenhagen 1, Galatasaray 0. Manchester United 0, Bayern Munich 0. So Ekwa into the action here. Free kick for Pritchard. Whips it in towards the far post. Trey Hume was in there. It might fall here on the volley. It's laid back to Clark. Edge of the penalty area. Left-hand side. Skips past 1. Skips past 2. Drives across, and it's defended well by Gray. And it's behind for a Sunderland corner as we go into the last 20 minutes or so here at the Stadium of Light.
Yeah, brilliant from Jack Clark. In the 18-yard box, moving the ball. Trying to invite that challenge from Gray, which I've got to say showed great experience this second half. On a yellow card as well early on in that first half, he received that. But I've got to say, good defending, follow him all the way, just making sure that ball does not get past.
Ball going to be swung in by Pritchard. Everybody back for Leeds. 4 red and white shirts wait on the edge of the 6-yard box. One of those is Dan Ballard, who scored here at the weekend in the win over West Bromwich Albion. Ball going to be swung in towards that area of the field, headed away at the near post. Clark tried to leave it. Leeds could break here. Clark's the last man. Somerville racing up against him. Somerville's got past Clark, who tried to pull him back. Referee will play on here. Kamara waits in the middle for Somerville, who goes in alone and shoots straight at the goalkeeper. And Patterson gratefully receives it. Well, Jack Clark there was a lucky boy. He definitely had to pull back on Somerville. If Somerville goes down there, doesn't the referee have to send Jack Clark off?
Should it be that the case anyway? He's played on. What's he played on from? It's a goal scoring opportunity, because Somerville would have been straight in on goal. Jack Clark's a very, very lucky boy there, because the referee definitely played on, so he's seen something, didn't he?
Yeah, here now is Roberts. Gets it away on the far side. Ball slipped down the touchline, back to Roberts, who feeds it back into the edge of the area. Pritchard waits here, running across goal. Deflected shot, looping, and just goes past the far post. It was a good effort from Sunderland. Great block. Mellier was scrambling across the line, but the ball cleared away, and it's behind for a corner.
Well, I've got to say, I think Roberts has come on and causing all sorts of problems. Moving the ball very, very well, getting the shot away. Mellier was scrambling a little bit, but comfortable on end, knowing that it was going wide. But just a fantastic break of play, passage of play from Sunderland there.
It was Huggins, wasn't it, with a shot? He'd love to score against his former club, wouldn't he? I can tell you, there has been a goal at Old Trafford. Manchester United are behind to Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich lead by a goal to 0. Here Sunderland have got a corner. And a chance here. Ballard again waits, this time towards the edge of the area. He's trying to time his run. Trey Hume is in there on the 6-yard box as well. Here comes the delivery now. It's played short to the edge of the area. Dan Neal's going to hit it. Across goal, it bounces through. Here's Roberts with a shot, and it cannons off a defender and balloons up in the air, and it's headed away to safety. Well, it was a planned move, that, and that was a big chance.
Yeah, it was. Like you say, I think Leeds defending very well there. Roberts went on it. I think it was Archie Gray again with the block there. Got right in the face of Roberts, making sure that he was committed to the block.
Yeah, Kingsley Coleman has put Bayern in front. So Manchester United, as it stands, will finish bottom of the group. Unless there's a late turnaround there. Here it looks like the points are going to be shared unless there's a late goal here. We've got just over 15 minutes left as Kamara tugs back a Sunderland player, and it's a free kick just on the Sunderland side, on the Leeds side of halfway, as it was Kamara who was fouled, and he will get the free kick. More changes coming here as we've got a stoppage. Dan James is making way. A couple of substitutions. Let's get news then of the teams for our T20 International and the all-important news of the toss. West Indies taking on England in Barbados. Here's John Norman.
Well, it's West Indies who have won it. They're going to have a bowl first. Beautiful conditions in Barbados, unlike the ODI that took place on Saturday. Butler will be opening up alongside Phil Salt. Jackson at 3, followed by Duckett, Brook, Livingston and Sam Curran. Wokes, Ahmed, Rashid and Mills make up the 11. There's a 5-match T20 series, and of course it comes off at the back of that 2-1 ODI series defeat. So pressure on England, and it's the West Indies who have won the toss, and they're going to have a bowl.
Great stuff, John. Thanks for that. Looking forward to listening to not only that one, but the remainder of the series as well. England beaten in the 50-over format. Willie Nonto, it was, who came on for Rutter. Jordan Anthony came on for Dan James. So a double change for Leeds as they look to win the points here. Will we get a goal before we get the cricket back on? We've got round about 15 minutes of normal time remaining. And we'll be straight over to our wonderful cricket team for the opening T20 International shortly. Leeds, Nonto operating down the right-hand side. Here now is Ethan Ampadu. Gets it away. Glenn Kamara always busy, finds Anthony. Anthony gets the ball back. And here's Somerville. They've got so many attacking threats, Leeds, on the field now. Can they open up this Sunderland defence? They're running out of time, but a goal now could be crucial whichever way it goes, as Roberts gets it to Pritchard, who tries to feed it out wide. Referee is going to bring play back this time, and Pritchard or Roberts was fouled. Take your pick, Chris Uwellamo. It's a free kick for Sunderland.
Yeah, fantastic play. Real understanding they have, don't they, Pritchard and Roberts? Little one-touch football, the one in behind, even the little kind of the outside of the foot for Huggins to kind of bomb on and get on the end of there. But no, real good quality there from Sunderland.
It was. Free kick just the Sunderland side of halfway. Ekwa rolls it back. Here's Dan Ballard. Gets it back to Patterson. Patterson just forced away from his goal as he clears it left-footed forward. Pritchard was intelligent there. He knew he couldn't win the header, so he just dropped off hoping to win the second phase, and he did. But then the ball is given away, and now there could be a chance to drive forward, but O'Nien and Ekwa step in. Ekwa, though, slips midway inside his own half, does well to regain his feet. Lovely 1-2 here, and Dan Neal is away, and if he looks up, he's got Huggins racing into the area. Here's Huggins now against his former club, forced onto his right foot, will lay it back here. Dan Neal will put the cross in, headed away. Ricochets, a chance for Bellingham, and he scores! The flag doesn't go up, and Sunderland hit the lead with 13 minutes remaining. Leeds didn't clear their lines, and Sunderland make them pay. It's Sunderland 1, Leeds 0.
Well, I've got to say it's an excellent goal from Bellingham. Bravery as well. Dan Neal tries to put a ball in the box. It's not defended well, but it's at the end of the box. There's not really much contact. Pritchard just tries to get something on it, and it falls into the path of Bellingham there. Melia is coming out to smash him. He just gets that little touch with his head before Melia can get anywhere near in the back of the net. I think there is contact, bravery there from Bellingham. He knows he's going to take a sore one as well.
Well, he's got the goal that could give Sunderland a huge 3 points here. They made their way into the top 6 courtesy of late goals in the win over West Brom at the weekend. And there's late goals again here. on Talksport 2. He gets a warm embrace from all the backroom staff on the near side. It looked to the naked eye, it was in an offside position, but the ball bounced off Pritchard so quickly, didn't it? And he was first to react.
No, that's it. He was already making that run in, and he wasn't marshalled, he wasn't followed. If anything, I think it was Rodon that was just on the wrong side of Bellingham there. So, like you say, when it's bouncing and he's running towards goal, he's in the 6-yard box when he makes the contact. Melee tries to react, tries to make himself big, but it's good quality there from Bellingham just to make sure he gets the contact. But you know that a challenge is coming from the goalkeeper there.
Well, here's Spence, and he's upended right on the edge of the penalty area, and this is a free kick. 23 yards out, it's towards the left-hand side of the penalty area. But nevertheless, this is a big opportunity here for an instant Leeds United response. They're behind by a goal to nil. 12 remaining plus added on time here at the Stadium of Light. And Leeds now have got to test Patterson's goal.
When you look at that left-hand side, which is usually so strong for Leeds, with Barham and Somerville, I think Somerville's found himself more central for the Jed Spence to get round the outside. I think they've got to mix match that. He's got to hug the line sometimes, and Jed Spence underlapping as well as going round the outside of him all the time.
And also the introduction of Roberts has meant that Sunderland are attacking that side, aren't they, and doing it very well. But here's Somerville. He went very close from a not too dissimilar angle. In fact, if anything, he's got a better angle here to have a direct shot on goal. Somerville in amongst the goals for Leeds. Can he find a leveller? 23 yards out, he hammers it over the top. Never looked convincing, that strike. And Patterson happy to see it go over, as were all the Sunderland fans away to our right behind the goal.
Yeah, I think with the quality that he's shown Somerville, he'll be disappointed with that. Even if it's just mix it up, you've got options, keep possession of the ball. That's something straight off the training ground. Work it into the feet, get it back, create a different angle. If you're going to put it over the wall, you at least want to hit the target there, and Patterson was very, very comfortable.
Second goal for West Brom in the last minute. Jed Wallace with a goal. Rotherham 0, West Brom 2. We're about to see a flurry of changes here for Leeds, as Bamford is about to come on, as is Matteo Joseph. So Matteo Joseph and Patrick Bamford are coming on. Just a little bit of a confusion as to who's going off. Jed Spence is one of the players making way. His first start as a Leeds player. He makes way. So he makes way. And Bamford comes on. So Leeds, just under 10 minutes remaining here. Don't forget live international T20 cricket on the way as well on Talksport 2 tonight. It's been a late goal. It's ended actually Watford 1, Ipswich 2. So Ipswich are now top of the Championship tonight. We'll find out how Leicester, newly demoted to second, they're taking on Millwall tomorrow night. You'll hear that live and exclusive on Talksport 2. Not good news for Stoke, Chris. They've conceded late on to Swansea. Darling with a goal on 89 minutes. Stoke 1, Swansea 1 in that one. Here it's Sunderland 1, Leeds 0. And this could be a great win for Sunderland, looking to strengthen their position in the top 6, but they've still got work to do. We know that Leeds have got the threat, as O'Nien tried to watch that out. I think the referee's actually given O'Nien a free kick. Matteo Joseph is adjudged to have fouled him.
Yeah, I think the referee's got that one spot on. I don't think there was a lot of pace on the ball, but O'Nien stayed strong. It was Nonto that just came through the back of him. It was, the referee's spot on that. Definitely free kick to Sunderland.
It was. So, what can Leeds do here? Came into it with 6 wins and a draw in their last 7. The ball cleared forward by Patterson. He's rather hooked that out, and Clark didn't even jump. It went straight over his head and out for a throw-in down below us. So much live sport to come across the festive period. We're live at Alexandra Palace on Talksport 2 on Friday night. We've got Birmingham against Leicester next Monday night on Talksport 2. We've got the Carabao Cup quarter-finals next week as well, so there's a lot of big football games to come. As Somerville gets it away here to Rodon. Rodon gets it out wide to Archie Gray. Gray looks up, the goal scorer Bellingham doing the little shuttle runs to close him down. Leeds with about 7 minutes left. A crowd of over 40,531 inside here tonight. And now Bamford has it on this near side. Not scored this season for Leeds. Ball with Rodon, gets it out wide to Strout. Strout gets it wide on the left touchline for Anthony, who didn't really have anywhere to go. I think one thing we should say, and don't want to tempt fate by saying that Sunderland are going to win here, but the interim boss has got his tactics right tonight, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. You know, I think I have to say the players have taken it on board and put the plan of action into play very, very well. Well,
here's Nonto, gets it away to Bamford. Let's not tempt fate too soon, but good defending there. Ball brought forward. Here's Bellingham up against Gray. Gray does well to win the challenge, finds Willie Nonto. He quickly gets it away to Ampadu. Ampadu, though, is on the edge of the centre circle. Leeds need to get forward here. Joe Peru's not really had much of an impact tonight, has he? He's been kept quiet by this Sunderland rearguard. Here now is Nonto, goes past Clark, and Clark chops him down. And surely that's got to be a yellow card, but the referee doesn't seem too interested in that. No. Well, that was as cynical as they come.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the referee has to give him a yellow card there, but again, it's one of them. Willie Nonto, he knew exactly what he was doing, Jack Clark, but the referee has been quite passive, hasn't he?
He has. Lenient. 5 to go here. Can tell you elsewhere in the Championship, Blackburn have beaten Bristol City by 2-1. Huddersfield have lost 3-1 at home to Preston. Rotherham beaten at home by West Brom 2-0. All level. Stoke 1, Swansea 1, and Watford 1, Ipswich 2. That means Ipswich are the new leaders in the Championship tonight. Leicester will get their go tomorrow. Leeds, well, they need a bit of a miracle here if they're going to get all 3 points, but right now I think they'd take the 1. Anthony's got a free kick 25 yards out right hand side. He's going to take this and swing it in right footed. It's a good ball in, headed away at the far post. Trey Hume it was who got a header on it, and it's out for a throw-in over on the far touchline side.
Well, it's just about being concentrated now. Can they go and make that defensive contact? Like you say, Trey Hume, excellent defending there, good ball in as well, right on the money, central to Patterson's goal.
Mateo Joseph does well to win a throw-in for Leeds down by the corner flag. 4 minutes of the 90 remaining, live on Talksport 2, your home of the EFL, and the Stadium of Light looks on. Is it going to be a night of disappointment for Leeds, or can they force a late leveller here? Ball works its way out on this near side to Willie Nonto. Sunderland getting pushed further and further back as Leeds probe. They haven't yet really tested Patterson too much second half. Somerville has it. He'll feed it out wide. Anthony on that left touchline. Looks to go on the outside. Well defended by Huggins. And Huggins skips away with the ball. Finds Pierre Ekwa. And Ekwa now will feed it to Pritchard, who feeds it to Huggins. Looked offside there, I think. Well, the referee and the linesman said the ball went out of place. It didn't matter. And a promising little Sunderland move comes to nothing as Leeds now come forward, and they're going to have to go a little bit more direct, you feel, here, and start getting the ball forward quicker. Here's Gray, gets it to Nonto, wide on the right, but he's just over halfway. Sunderland happy to let him have it there. He goes back to Gray, and Nonto frustrated. He felt there was a lack of movement in front of him. Here now is Strout, gets it over halfway, feeds it in. Somerville on the half turn, 30 yards from goal, tries to feed it to Bamford, takes it down on his chest, gets it away now, and the ball is with Gray, gets it back to Rodon. Sunderland trying to defend high outside the edge of the area. Cross comes in. Bamford was there at the far post, but O'Nien beats him to it and heads it all the way to halfway. And Sunderland are not rushing out here, are they? You can sense the tensity in the crowd. They're getting worried now, the Sunderland fans. Here's Nonto. Cuts in again. Drives across field. Feeds the ball away. Strout finds Somerville. Somerville's got Jaden Anthony outside him. Anthony now's got a chance to cut in. Gives it to Somerville, who's bundled off the ball. Fairly, says the official. It'll break for Rodon. Finds Nonto. Back to Rodon again. Here now is Joe Peru on this near side, looking to work an opening. Finds Nonto and misplaces the pass behind Gray. And the Sunderland fans roar their team forward, but they haven't really gone forward, and the ball now worked to Strout. He feeds it to Anthony. Finds Somerville. A challenge goes in on him. It'll break here. Chance for the edge of the area. Feeds Nonto. Wide on the right. Leeds with plenty of bodies forward. There's a diving header. There could be a chance here for Peru. Pokes, it's cleared off the line. It was past Patterson and cleared off the line at the far post. Joel Peru almost levelling up for Leeds.
That's an excellent effort from Peru there. He's manipulated the ball, but then he's just toe poked it goalwards. Patterson was beaten at that moment.
Here's Nonto, nutmegs Clark into the area. Great sliding challenge goes in, and it was Bellingham, the goal scorer, who comes up with a defensive effort. Corner kick for Leeds, and time ticking away here. 1-0 Sunderland lead as we've got just over 60 seconds remaining. Bellingham's goal has got them in front.
Leeds putting on the pressure now, taking a gamble, pushing everyone forward, trying to capitalise.
Here comes the corner from Anthony, whipped in, brave header at the near post, and it's cleared away, and Clark's going to give chase, but Somerville beats him to it, but Clark's hassling him, harrying him, and he's done really well to poke the ball out for a throw-in, and a big cheer goes up as we go inside the last 60 seconds. And there, Sunderland press out. Well, Rodon's just put in a stinking pass, and it's gone out for a throw-in on halfway. And listen to that reaction from the Stadium of Light faithful. Looks like it's going to be back-to-back wins for Sunderland. We just need to wait now. There's a late change incoming here for the Black Cats. I think it's Bradley Dack who's coming on. And this purely just to waste a couple of seconds off the clock. And it is Pritchard who makes the slow walk as he makes his way off, making sure he applauds and waves at all the fans in the stands. It was his header, whether he meant it or not, that led to the Bellingham goal. And Bradley Dack will get to see out injury time here, and we will find out down below us that there are 5 added on minutes here on Talksport 2. We'll be going straight to the cricket. West Indies, England, live here on Talksport 2 in just over 5 minutes time. But will Leeds United be listening to the cricket on the way home, having got a result here, or will it be a defeat, a rare defeat for Leeds? Throw in for Sunderland then. We're into the first of a minimum 5 added on here. Manchester United going out of Europe. They trail Bayern Munich by 1-0. Sunderland eking every second off the clock that they can, and who can blame them? As Roberts then just passes the ball out of play. And Leeds now are getting desperate, but they just had their best chance. Joel Peru has been pretty quiet tonight. Somehow engineered a toe poke shot through a sea of bodies, and it was cleared off the line by Sunderland, who lead by 1-0. Nonto tries to go past Clark, gets it away from Roberts, feeds it to Strout. Can they overload one side here? They're all waiting. Perrault, Bamford and Nonto edge of the area. Here's Somerville, weaves past one. Now tries to feed it out wide. Got lucky with the ball bouncing back to him. Feeds it to Gray. Puts Ampadu under pressure, but Ampadu's got the skill to keep it alive and finds Anthony far side. Sunderland are starting to push out here. The crowd roaring them on. They want to nick the ball and waste more seconds. 90 seconds gone. And the minimum 5 added on here. The Championship delivering again. Another grandstand finish on Talksport 2. Willie Nonto knocks it round Clark, gets the cross in, and it's controlled at the near post. Is that Luke O'Nien again, who's then bundled over by Joseph? How good was that from your centre-half? Backs to the wall, takes it on his instep, dribbles it out of his own area.
Yeah, different classroom. When Nonto fires that ball across, you're thinking he's just going to be lashing at it. O'Nien, he has that quality. He knows exactly what he's about, that awareness in the 18-yard box here, and then he drives out, just waits for that contact from Joseph there, and goes to ground. And like you say, you just got to be disciplined and composed in those moments.
We've had 2 of the minimum 5. Sunderland 1, Leeds 0. Ball again knocked out of play down below us by Patterson. Mike Dodds is looking on. Is he going to make it back-to-back wins as the interim boss? Well, we heard earlier on from the Sunderland camp that the players were unhappy that Tony Mowbray had left the club, but on the pitch they're giving everything for the club, and the fans are lapping it up. As here now, forward from inside their own half come Leeds, trying to spread play out. Nonto, can he get on the end of this crossfield ball? He's got to be quick. He's done well to keep that in right on the corner flag. Might be another late chance here. He invites Gray. Ball left. It's crossed in by Ampadu and it's headed away at the near post again. Roden under pressure, chased by Patrick Roberts, who's now after Strout. He goes to the ground. Strout, referee said play on, and the ball just rolled out of play. Roberts would have had it with room to spare in front of him. 3 of the minimum 5 have gone. Still Sunderland lead by a goal to nil. And that goal line clearance might be enough to wrap up all 3 points for Sunderland. Here comes Willie Gnonto down the right again. Clark just backs off him. Clark's run himself into the ground tonight for Sunderland, offensively and defensively, but there's still more work to do. Here's Archie Gray. They are trying to load up this right hand side. Here now is Gnonto. There are 4 waiting in the middle for the cross all the way to the far post, and it's chested behind, and it will be, it's a goal kick. I'm sure that Niall Huggins chested that behind for a corner.
Yeah, I think the same, Mark. I think Matteo Joseph is asking the referee the exact same question there. But like you say, I think defending well. Can they get a little bit closer to Gnonto? It was a good ball that he put in the box, but he has been a positive when he's come on. Gnonto trying to get Leeds back in this game.
Well, there's still time, but a minute remaining here at the Stadium of Light as they look to go back-to-back wins here, as Patterson will clear his lines over the halfway line. Bellingham, whose goal at the moment is the difference. Gray's deep in his own half, doesn't panic, gets the ball away, but the pass from Rodon is out for a throw-in, and nobody in a red and white shirt is in a rush to take this one at all. And Jack Clark has it down below us. I'll be very surprised if he takes it here. Live international T20 cricket on the way. As the ball down the line is headed away. Picked up by Sunderland. Roberts has gone down. And that's going to be a free kick for Sunderland, and that should do it. We're now seconds away from added on time of added on time. There'll be no rush here as the Stadium of Light waits for the final whistle. Leeds' unbeaten run is over. They will stay third but lose ground on Ipswich, who've won tonight. Leicester here on Talksport 2 tomorrow night. A chance for the top 2 to strengthen their position, as well. Sunderland have just kicked that ball out, but that will do it. The full-time whistle goes and the Stadium of Light explodes with noise, because it's 3 more valuable home points for the Black Cats. A really tight game. Sunderland probably had the better chances throughout, but it was a moment of, a poacher in Bellingham who got on the end and was brave when he challenged Meslier to score. Leeds surround the referee at the end, maybe in protest at the goal, but Bellingham was first to react after practice, after Pritchard's flick forward. And truth be told, Chris Suellamo, I think Sunderland were worthy winners tonight.
Yeah, I have to totally agree. I'm just waiting for Mike Dawes to say that he wants the manager's job, because he's doing everything right at the minute, isn't he? The players have reacted to the disappointment of Tony Mowbray going, but showing the professionalism. And I've got to say, the organisation, the tactics were spot on.
Well, it's been a big night of football. Our thanks to Chris Suellamo for joining us as ever. For all the reaction to tonight's football, the Sports Bar is coming up from 10 o'clock on Talksport with Jason Cundy and Jermaine Pennant. Get your calls in on 03717 223344, the number you need to have your say on national radio. But right here on Talksport 2, we've got live cricket for you as England put the one-day international series behind them and begin their T20 series against the West Indies. It's full-time here, Stadium of Light. Sunderland have beaten Leeds by a goal to nil. Let's head straight over to our commentary team, bringing you all the action for the next few hours. For the cricket, it's the former England bowler Gareth Batty alongside John Norman.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mark, from the Stadium of Light.